Waterdeep Dragon Heist Resurfaced, everyone. I am Chel, your DM. Formerly a majestic black dragon, but I have accepted the dark gift of Tenebrous, and now I am a Dracolich. You can sit here in comfort knowing that I am not taking any souls anytime soon, at least not yours, because we are here to play D&D. Victoria, do you have any announcements for us?
Oh, I sure do. That is the sound of our own resident Caspian, aka the Little Dragon, aka unofficial representative of Little Dragon Corp, our spectacular sponsor. Little Dragon Corp is a Canadian dice company that supplies all kinds of cool tabletop gear. So you should definitely check out their Twitter at Little Dragon Co 1 to stay updated on their awesome products. And don't forget to use our new coupon code PROBONUS when you head over to littledragoncorp.com. You'll get 10% off of your order. Definitely now is the time to check them out. They've been doing all kinds of sales and giving away bonus sets of dice with orders. You should totally check out their Twitter and see what they've got going on. And then you should head to their website and order stuff. And we also obviously want to give a big thanks to Twitch, OBS, Streamlabs, Many-Sided Dice, and Team MZ. It is thanks to their support that we can stream and do what we do. And don't forget to check out our other games. The schedule should be posted below the Twitch chat. But we basically have games pretty much every day of the week, all different kinds of content. We've got homebrew games. We have games from the major published modules. We even have some games that are not 5th edition D&D. And we're branching out into other systems, so you should totally check all of that stuff out. Also, quick thanks to Adrian Von Ziegler for some of the music that we are now using. You should check out his YouTube and his Patreon. It's just Adrian Von Ziegler. He's a really awesome composer. You should definitely check out his stuff for any kind of fantasy or sci-fi soundtracks. Kristy, Mystic Hour.
Right, so Mystic Hour is not happening tomorrow. We are actually going live at 4 p.m., 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow for another episode of the Star Wars RPG that has just started with The Force and Destiny. So come join us tomorrow for a special episode of Episode 2 of the Star Wars campaign. Yay! Yep, that's what we're doing. Hell yeah.
Alrighty, I think that's all of my announcements, unless anyone has anything else.
I love you.
I love you too. We were just talking about a scheduling change, though.
I love you.
We were
yes.
talking about a scheduling change.
Yes, speaking of.
Due to some medical stuff on my end, we are going to begin starting our streams an hour earlier, starting next week. So 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So look forward to us a little bit earlier next week. We're going to see how that goes moving forward. So
that's it.
I think that is everything, though. If we want to jump into a recap.
Yo, we got the Stone of Galore. Whoa. I mean, we got it last time, but now we figured out how it works. So, the party, after collecting the Stone of Galore, promptly freaked the heck out because everybody wants the stone, and now we have it. So we were trying to figure out what we needed to do. So, a little bit of party discussion later, also with Sir explaining, super mean Asmodeus cleric lady that almost killed him. He has the mark of Mephistopheles?
Sephia.
God. Oh, Sephia. Got away. We escaped. We decided that the Three of Cups was not going to be safe for us, though, while we were holding on to the stone. So we made plans to go back to the Snow Beetle Meadery, where we had helped with a scarecrow problem, and now their son has gone missing. And so we figured we could hop on that job and kind of stay at the meadery because they have a super bougie hotel and spa. And we were like, perfect. But before we did that,
get it, that stone cold silver fox.
We went to go speak to our nice local detective friend who runs his detective agency out of Troll Skull Alley. What's his name? Do you have it, Chris?
Crispin Glover, Vincent Trench of the Tiger's Eye.
There you go. There it is. Because I'm bad with names. We basically explained to him. We honestly kind of just let it all loose. We said everything that was going on with the Cult of Asmodeus, minus all of the stuff about the Stone of Galore. We basically just pitched that everything crazy that had been happening, including the attack on Troll Skull Alley, was all just this strange work of this cult, and that we don't necessarily know why they're doing it. So we got him on trying to investigate some of these cult leaders, cult members, like Cephia and some of the others that Tallice had been able to ascertain by following them with some familiar aid. People doing weird meetings. There's a whole lot of weird cultists out there. It's real bad, man. But this detective is also working on the same case with the Snow Beetle Meadery for their missing child, so we kind of jumped on that. Went to the Snow Beetle Meadery, said we'll help you out, but we need a room. We got a super bougie room. It is me, because I'm being Italian and gesticulating too much. I'll hold it out. See, now I have to talk and not move, and that's hard.
It's okay.
We all attempted to connect with the Stone of Galore now that we were in private, and we all rolled for it, and basically it was an attunement process. Sir was the one that connected to it by dice roll, and it is true. The Stone of Galore is actually a transformed creature in is it Naboleth? Was it Naboleth?
Aboleth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was transformed, whatever that is. It says it's a god. It says it's a god of the sea. That's weird. But also a god of knowledge, and has a lot of things that it would love to tell us. It was speaking to Sir telepathically. We got in the telepathic group call with it. It says that there are 3 keys to gain access to the vault where all of these dragons are supposed to have been hidden, the treasure that we are seeking, but that we're not ready to have those keys yet, whatever that means. But it also, now that it connected with Sir, saw all of his memories from his previous life and was teasing him with that, and he freaked out and shoved the stone into the bag of holding.
It
And that's
literally just
exactly where we
told
left.
you. It literally
We
just said,
also-
I know what your head, I know your memories. That was not teasing.
No, I'm talking about because Tallice asked, like, what was like his last
Well, what do
meal
you
or
have to
whatever.
Right.
and
Right.
He went a little bit too into detail about it, and it freaked
I'll
Sir
give you
out.
that one. I will give
So-
you that one.
We also, I forgot, we went on a picnic in the City of
Oh
the Dead.
God, I'm so sorry. That was last time. I thought that was
Yeah.
And we met up with one of Davil's like Zentarum friends, Istrid, and she's paying us like a lot of money to stay at her house that we are not staying at. So we gave her a key, and it was a really socially awkward picnic as we tried to be like normal looking.
I've been informed by my boyfriend that if like cultists come to like kill us, find her and kill her, that we should feel bad. I don't think we should feel bad. Just want that out there.
Okay. So that leaves us then in that, I believe that evening that you guys went out to the Snow Beetle Meadery and Orchard Resort. So day is kind of yours to do with what you will. You've got your private suite with multiple rooms, your own private bathhouse, basically. You have a room service that you can take advantage of, and you've got a beautiful view of the orchard. So
I have shoved the Stone of Galore into the bag of holding, and he like pushed the bag of holding back over to you with his foot. And he's
Okay.
sitting like knees to chest.
I will
No.
take it away and pat it. Well, that was a little crazy. Let's not talk to that guy again. I don't even know if it's like them. Let's not talk to them again. Did not like. Would not recommend. I'm tired.
Almost so tired. It knows a lot. It seems like it knows a lot, but I think that's.
I could be
something that-
lying.
It could be lying. I don't know. Can rocks lie?
I mean, they lie on the ground. Why couldn't they lie to you?
That's fair.
That's a fair
Um,
point.
I mean, so. Do you think that we're safe here for now?
As safe as we can be.
Yeah, a night or two here, I think, just to let everything kind of cool down. And I've still got Bramble following that guy that was in that carriage.
Right.
Oh my god, Bramble's still out there?
Is he okay?
Give me a second.
So if you remember, he went home that night, and he was just existing. He basically was
He was
going about his
existing.
nightly routine. He was making dinner. He was sitting down and reading.
Look how long he actually brushes his teeth for. I'll just send Bramble a quick message and be like, yeah, you all good over there with that guy? What was it? Willifort?
So far, do you want me to keep watching him? He's just kind of eating right now.
Yeah.
Okay, you got it, boss.
Yeah. Just taking. If you. Yep. Love you, Bramble.
Roll me another stealth check for Bramble.
Oh no. I didn't organize. He has a +8, but I didn't organize my dice yet. Little dragon. No. 16.
Little dragon.
Freaking no!
Okay, duly noted.
Okay.
Shit. Yeah, I mean, he's fine. He's just watching that guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and maybe take a bath.
Is it like a
clear my
bath?
head.
Like, is it like a multi-person bath?
It's a
Yeah.
personal bath.
Basically, you've got like a 20 by 20-ish bath
Damn.
room.
Bath
Yeah,
time.
and yeah, it's
Is the prefect bathrooms from Harry Potter?
Wait.
yeah. I mean, honestly, basically, there's like towels and robes that are folded and available for you that are on like a all of the table the table that those are there on is enchanted, so it's like keeping those warm. There's
soaps?
yeah, there's like oils and soaps that you can use of many different flavors, some more flowery, some fruity and like citrusy. It really just kind of depends on your fancy, but there's quite a bit there for you guys to take advantage of as far as toiletries and things like that.
Can you remind me, does this like premium suite, did we get one that has like a bedroom for each of us?
There are actually, I think there were 4 bedrooms total. If
Four.
I remember correctly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. He'll probably pick one just so that I can drop off some of my armor and stuff, but he's taking his sword with him to the bath.
Okay.
Just he keeps on forgetting he can summon it to himself. So he's like just want it nearby, but he's gonna go take a bath.
That's fair. Okay. Are all of you heading to the bath?
Let's go. We've seen each other's guts spill out of our abdomens. Let's take a bath.
That's the link.
Nothing at this point.
That's the bar. We've seen each other's guts. We've seen everything.
You mean like together?
Yeah, it's like a huge bath, man.
Are you sure that you two wouldn't want privacy? No, I can tell by your face that you don't. Okay. He just sighs and continues going towards the bath.
Okay.
Nova does not
Like
follow.
8 ducks. Little ducks following Mama Duck.
Nova doesn't follow. She's sitting in the common room.
Hmm.
Come on, Nova. What are you doing?
It's okay.
Come on. Nova, come on. Let's go. We're going to take a bath together.
I don't need a bath right now.
I'll scrub your back for you.
No, I'm good.
Why?
It's okay.
Is it because your tattoos that are on your face are like all over your body and you're self-conscious that we're gonna judge you about them?
Tallice!
Because we're not.
I mean, yeah, it's a little weird, but I don't know. It's personal.
Well, now I want to know more.
Of course you
Listen,
do.
Alright, here's the thing. If you're not going to take a bath with Sir, then I'm not taking a bath with Sir, because then that'll just be weird.
Good, so I can take a bath by myself like I wanted.
Damn it! Nova.
I love how she's trying to peer pressure Nova so she can have a bath.
Ugh. What time is it? Like evening? Because we did like a decent amount of stuff during the day.
Yeah, you guys came by, I think, around like 4 or 5 in the early evening-ish. So probably after your whole deal with the stone, you're sitting at probably around 6-ish.
I want to go pick an apple.
That was something
How
that they
did it go
offered,
from
was like
bath to apple?
the whole like you get your little like paper sack and you can go through their orchard and like pick their apples.
You can do the
And then
stepping on
Like a
grapes
little hay
thing.
ride.
yeah,
You can do the ooh, we're stepping on the grapes. That's gonna be the wine that we're drinking.
yeah.
Oh, like that
Like
grape
the touristy stuff.
that video of that lady that she's smashing the grapes and she falls out and she's like,
Yeah, basically.
Nova, do you want to like maybe I'll go to the front desk and we can like see about getting like room service or like a massage or like something.
I mean, I would like some tea. That'd be nice.
What kind of tea?
I don't know. Do they have special teas that they make from their fruits?
I don't know. Is there like a magical bell that like you ring and it like summons someone?
Actually, if you remember, there was in the main sitting room, there was that table in the middle of the room, like a coffee table that had like a bowl that had decorative stones in it. But on top of that was that same
Sending stone.
strange, like black sending stone that you saw the person downstairs at the front desk had. That kind of just is like you can contact the front desk and talk to them about the things that you need.
I'm gonna pick up the stone and I'm gonna sit right next to Nova. Alright, Nova, are you ready?
I mean, you can talk. Go ahead. You can do it.
Oh God! Sorry, my dog barked and it scared the crap out of me.
Was that Caspian?
That was Caspian, yeah.
He's transforming.
Thanks for the follow.
Hey.
Or the subscription. Oh, look at all these subscriptions.
Thank you, Lip.
Lip, you're gonna make.
like,
We're just gonna hear "Oh yeah" for the next 10 minutes.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I will take the stone and say, hello?
There's a beat, basically, because it's basically a phone. These are specially enchanted sending stones that only allow communication to the front desk. So there's that what is the word I'm looking for?
Concierge?
Restriction. There's that restriction on the sending stone, but it does allow you to use it more than once a day, and it does allow you to use more than 25 words.
Oh.
It's
Okay,
basically a glorified message spell that gives a little bit more distance. So you say hello with the stone, activating the magic enchantment. There is a beat before you get a response that is basically just, hello, front desk, what can I do for you?
Yes, I was wondering, what sorts of teas do you have? What kind of tea blends? Do you make any teas from the things that you grow here? Nova, why am I talking in a weird voice?
I don't know. What are you doing?
I don't know.
We've got quite a few different teas that we can provide. We can also create a personalized blend for you if you would like. But we have different sorts of black, green, and red teas. We do create quite a few blends from things like hibiscus, rose petals, things like that. But we do also have a specially blended tea that we provide that uses the apple blossoms from our orchard.
That sounds lovely. Do you have any purple teas? Like tea that is a purple color?
We have a lavender tea. Is that something that might strike your fancy?
That sounds great. If we could get like a pot of the apple blossom tea and the lavender tea. We're in like the really big fancy room. Also, like, if you have any nice pastries or some fresh fruit, we would take that as well. At your leisure.
We can make you up a platter. Is there anything that you'd like to add to your tea? We have a few additives that we provide. Things like rose petals, elderberries, dried cranberries, currants, jasmine, lemongrass, dried ginger pieces, vanilla bean, wild vanilla powder, which I personally recommend, and cocoa shells. We also have different spices: cloves, coriander, pepper flakes. Anything along that line?
No, but should I just like let her like do what she wants, or
Yeah, do a
I,
house
like...
special. Do whatever you want.
Darling, how about you just do whatever makes you happiest, whatever you think would be best. We will let you decide.
All right, I can do that for you. Is there anything that you don't want? Or do you want me to just have at it?
Nope, it's not picky like me.
No, have at it.
All right.
Let your artistic flair shine.
Okay. Give us about a half hour and we'll have everything up for you, okay?
Thank you.
You are so welcome.
I hang up. Wow, did you hear all that, Nova?
I did.
Sounds like it's gonna be pretty good.
Were you doing that accent because you wanted to be like more like posh and noble? Was that your noble accent?
Yeah, that's like the accent from before I was me.
Okay. I got you. I'm gonna pull out my purple tea set because I never leave home without it.
Okay.
Just get it prepped.
Alright. In roughly about 20 minutes or so, there is a knock on your door.
I will take like a blanket and like wrap it around my neck like a boa, and then I'm going to like open the door and be like, "Yes, can I help you?" Oh, ass cheeks?
Ass cheeks.
Oh no.
Ass cheeks.
Ah.
Ass cheeks.
Ass cheeks. Ass
There we
cheeks.
go.
Hello?
There we go.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay. So knock on your door. Oh, my video's not up.
You know what? Discord doing this thing where it shifts everything around is whack.
Yeah, it's stupid.
I know I don't like it.
I hate it.
Okay. But anyway, the last thing I said was that you hear a knock on your door and you two were saying something when it disconnected.
If there's like a little like blanket or like a little like handkerchief or something that looks fancy around, I want to tie it around my neck so that I look like I have like a boa, and then I'm going to open the door with like a flourish, and I'm gonna lean up and say hello.
Okay. There is the woman from the desk that you met before that's there. And she's got like two big trays. One of which has a tea set on it, with a few bowls that have loose leaf tea in it, and the other is a very large spread of pastries, things like croissants, different like Danish type pastries, different like
Are they like little petit fours, little cakes?
Yeah, absolutely. So she passes you the platter with the food on it, and then brings the tea platter down and begins to explain. I've brought you the lavender in the rose apple blossom tea that you requested, but then this one, and she gestures to another one. We've got a black tea here. I added a few kind of chocolatey cacao nibs to it with fresh raspberries and some rose petals.
Wow, you've simply outdone yourself, darling. Thank you so much.
And she will pass you that tray as well.
I will take it, and I will take out... hold on, let me see my coin purse. Equipment. I will take out 4 gold, and I will give her 4 gold.
She says, "That's very generous of you, thank you," and kind of nods her head and thanks. If you will be requiring anything else, don't hesitate to call back down to the desk. We do not mind bringing you anything and everything that you need.
Thank you ever so much for this lovely service to us.
And she nods you and thanks again, and she will exit down the hallway. So you've got your tea, you've got your pastries, you've got your food.
Nova, do you want to put some of the... We can take what's in this cup and just pour it into the purple set. Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to take there's probably 4 teacups in that set, so I'm going to take one of each of the teas of the 3 different ones and put 1 in each cup so that Nova can try all 3 of them. And then I'm going to put 1 of the lavenders in the 4th cup for me.
Okay.
And then we're vibing.
All right. Sorry, you're taking a bath, right?
Yep, he's just taken a bath. If it took 20 minutes for them to get their food and stuff, he probably is still in the bath.
Okay. If there's anything else that you guys would like to do with your evening other than have a bath, drink some tea, and just kind of hang out, you can let me know now. Otherwise, we can move to the next day.
There is one thing that he will do at some point before the end of the day. That doesn't need too much. He's gonna see if he can do this, and mechanically he should. He's gonna create another weapon bond, because I can have up to 2 bonded weapons. So probably just at some point that night he would try and recreate it, just because I would like to have a weapon bond with my short bow, so that I have a sword and a bow.
Yeah, a very similar thing happens to what happened before, in that you have this feeling of connection with this weapon, and that connection then is illustrated in that gold kind of spiraling that kind of connects this weapon, your short bow, holding it to and up your wrist and your hand.
That's the main mechanical big thing that he does today.
Okay. Anybody else? All right. Then we can move to the next day, which is, I believe, High Harvest Day.
Yeah.
We're gonna miss out on the holiday. I want to go into the holiday. What did we decide to do with our staff? I truly do not remember.
We told them that because we were planning on doing something for High Harvest, and then stuff got real, and we were like,
They're only going to be open for dinner, and then they're closing early, so it's a shorter hours.
And we told them that we may or may not be there, so they're probably only gonna have maybe 5 hours there.
Yeah, because Nova's already called ahead to the guild representative to get all the food and stuff prepped for it. So in theory, everything should be prepped even if we're not there, but they should only be open 5 hours for dinner.
Oh man, what? So High Harvest Tide is they show off all the food that they grew and all kinds of cool stuff at restaurants, and there's harvesty themed stuff. But is there a parade? Are we gonna miss out on a parade? Like a parade.
There is not generally a parade for High Harvesttide because the streets are full of all those stands with the food and like different like seeds and plants and things that people can take too. So there's not generally a parade for High Harvesttide. So you're not missing that at the very least. It's mostly just food and maybe some carnival-esque games that are like themed towards like plants and farming and things like that.
Okay, that's good.
Okay.
I mean,
Alright, so
lay low today, or are we gonna go back? Or are we gonna go to that other farm where the lady is? Or are we gonna talk to the Blossom, the daughter?
Yes, we do have an appointment to talk to her, don't we?
Yes, we're going to talk to her today because at least that means we can stay within this building and we're going to talk to her about her brother.
Mm-hmm.
So, outside of that,
I think
I
that
know
that
that you-
appointment was for noon-ish.
yeah. So unless you want to very early in the morning go and see this other place to ask after Elizabeth, we don't have to. We can just wait until noon and talk with Blossom.
Maybe we can talk with Blossom. We'll go for a nice morning stroll through the orchards. We'll talk to Blossom at noon. Then, unless we have a reason to stay, we can go and try to visit that other farm.
I'm good with that. How are you feeling, Ace?
There's no point in avoiding it. As long as we keep, if we don't act like there's something suspicious happening, then no one should assume that something suspicious is happening. And who's going to hold on to the bag of holding with the stone?
The
breadstick.
I've got the breadsticks and I've got the gold still.
The butter. The butter for the breadstick.
Butter and the breadsticks.
We've got the breadsticks,
Okay.
we've got the butter, we're ready.
Okay.
Because I can at least look different, so if things go crazy I can try to run away.
If Nova's going to allow me to go out without wearing my armor, just because we're supposed to be relaxing, so I don't want to be walking around looking like I'm ready for a fight every day.
Well,
I haven't gotten to wear my nice clothes in so long. I'll bring my shield.
let me ask my cards because Nova doesn't like this.
you're looking at your cards?
Yeah. Oh,
Oh.
no! Oh no! Oh no! No!
Reaction.
Oh no!
I love that. So you're looking at your cards. So you pull your cards out to do reading for your current situation, and you go through your deck. You go through the whole process that you normally go through in order to do a reading. Pull a card out. It is the 9 of Wands, upright.
Kristy, what is it? What is it?
Upright?
Mm-hmm.
Resilience, courage, persistence, test of faith, boundaries. You must face additional challenges. This is his final challenge before reaching his goal. Must endure one last test of his strength and character before reaching the finish line. You may be on the edge of exhaustion, but you are resilient, persistent, and ready to do what it takes to get to the finish line. So, yeah, it's just telling us that we're tired, but we have to keep pushing.
I mean, that's very nice compared to what happened last time. Is it the same one? Pull out another card. Is it doing the thing that it did last time? Flip them all over.
I do. I torn over the top one of the deck to see if it's the same.
So you turn over the top one of the deck. It is the same. Yes, it is.
Oh,
It's doing that thing again.
I can see it this time. I see it this time.
Yeah. Does it also say that Sir gets to wear his, like, nice shirt today?
Ace, you really think you want to wear your fancy armor at the finish line? Or you're not your fancy clothes at the finish line with no armor?
That's not what I mean. I'm just trying to not look... Okay, fine. I'll go put on my... It needs to be cleaned. That's fine. No, it's fine. Okay, you're right. You're right. The fighter that doesn't like to wear his armor all the time.
And the cleric's like, wear protection!
Wear protection, sir. Okay, fine. Okay, then let's persevere. Get to the finish line. Yeah. Does that mean that we're gonna have trouble today?
Others may try oppose your plans, make things difficult for you, or even
There it
attack
is.
you for putting out for what you're putting out into the world. So yeah, I think you need to
Okay.
wear your armor.
Okay, he goes back into his room, and you can hear the metal like James. Never get to burn
feel like
anything nice anymore.
We need to get him some like metal pajamas.
I heard that, and I am the amount of chafing, and no.
We'll just put a little bit of powder.
There's ointment for that, yeah.
Yeah. We'll powder you like a fine noble lady, and then put you into some metal jammies.
On a more positive note, we have people who support us, so it invites us to find cheerleaders or personal bodyguards who will protect us from the ongoing challenges and cheer us to the finish line. So if we need help, we should maybe ask for it.
That's very different from what we've been doing.
Chel's face!
I mean, we asked for shelter from, you know.
Well, so like that to me makes me think that we should like tell like Rainy or like Tempe, which I don't want to do, but I feel like
maybe Rainy should know about the breadsticks.
Yeah, I mean,
we did agree that we were going to tell Raynar last time.
We did
because we were talking about how like we were making a joke like it's his family recipe.
Yeah, it's his family recipe.
So it's his family's breadsticks. He should get to have some of So we did agree that we should at least tell Raynar.
All right. Well, do you think maybe we should like go back tonight and try to find him? We'll write him a flying letter.
Write him a flying letter and tell him to.
And we'll go back tonight.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So what's first on the docket?
Well, now it's writing the letter because that we have time now.
Okay. He's got the gauntlets on and like part, and he's like, so can I like chill for like 2 minutes?
I mean, like leave the gauntlets on, but otherwise, I mean, if you just want to stay shirtless like that, that's fine. No one's gonna be mad.
Least of all Tallice.
You know, 2 months ago when I woke up in a corpse cot, this was a perfectly unscarred body, and now I think I have got like 6 stab wounds. I've got whatever the hell that Sephia did to me. Like, look, the skin is like partially black.
Yeah,
she
I have a
touched
lot
my
of holes
chest.
in my stomach.
I'm flawless, unmarred by any of this violence.
You are flawless. I think you took the least amount of hits.
I'm the only one that hasn't. I'm the only one that hasn't almost died.
I mean, I could literally
knocks on wood.
This is from the Kenku. Remember the Kenku?
Oh, they were really cute.
Simpler times. like two of them stabbed me.
Yeah, they were nice.
No, I just said that 2 of them stabbed me.
Yeah, but otherwise they were really nice. Once we had them all tied up, Like, we're just hanging out.
What's gonna be said in this letter? Let's get on that.
I already deleted one of the paper birds from my inventory, so I'll take it out, and I'm gonna write, "Dear Rainy Poo," and draw a bunch of hearts and flowers around his name.
Okay.
Hey, it's your TOC pals, because I don't want to write anything out. We kind of need to see you. Can we maybe, like, swang by your house later, like, tonight? Like, maybe, like, 6 p.m.? Does that sound good? Like,
All right.
6 p.m. It's really important, but if you're busy, that's fine. We can wait. Don't go to our place. We love you. We miss you. Bye. XOXO. And then I'm gonna
Gossip
F,
Tallice.
gossip, S, comma, N, comma, T, and hearts all around. And then I'm gonna fold it up. And then I'm gonna send it.
Okay.
Just try and keep it super
TSN?
vague. Yeah, like, so our initial. Why? Does that mean something dirty?
No.
Okay. It's just our initials so that we're not giving away identifying information.
Okay.
And then we're vibing.
Until noon.
Yeah. We'll go get some of that continental breakfast.
There is actually a complimentary breakfast that's sent up to your room.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Does it
And
have
it's like a whole. It's like a whole spread.
Hell yeah.
Breakfast meats, toasts, like scones with clotted cream and jams, things like that.
We're just vibing on some scones.
Okay.
Nova?
Yeah.
Are you alright?
About what?
Like everything. I mean, I feel like the list of things that wouldn't cause you to be not alright is like really, really small, and the list of things that might cause you to be not alright is like all of it.
I mean, yeah. I'm working on it. It really freaks me out when my deck does this. It hasn't done this before.
Yeah. Did you ever say where you even got this deck of cards from?
Yeah.
Chel? Because I don't remember.
That's okay. I don't think we ever really outwardly discussed it, but it was kind of something that was one of your polls in a shop. You were in a shop.
Probably
kind of like,
in Baldur's Gate. Yeah.
It was kind of shortly after your whole tattoo debacle happened.
Ah, okay.
I'm being as vague as possible.
I understand. I understand what you mean. Yes, I understand what you mean. So it's shortly after that evening that
yeah, and
probably
you
like
were with your bud.
Week. Yep.
Yeah, you were with your bud, probably shopping in a shop very similar to like the old Zablob shop.
Okay.
It's kind of like a little like consignment store, and you got a pull. And
yeah, that sounds
it was
about
like
right.
a frantic, like, where's this pull taking me,
That
moving
sounds
through
about
the
right.
store, and it brought you to your cards.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured, but I just wasn't sure if it was in Baldur's Gate or if it was like after I left. But I'm pretty sure.
It wasn't
okay.
Baldur's Gate.
Gotcha.
It was very soon after the tattoo debacle.
Gotcha. I found it. I had one of those pulls back home before I left home. And I think it was just the feeling preparing me to leave. So when I found it, it kind of made sense, and then I started learning how to use it.
All this time when you've been saying that you've been having pulls, I thought you meant pulling cards from the deck.
Oh.
But now you're saying you had a pull to the deck?
I don't know how to explain the pulls. It's just the easiest way. It's like a feeling of like moving too slow and too fast at the same time, and it's like a sensation that's literally pulling from...
Pulling you.
Yeah.
I get that.
I can understand that. I mean,
I've always had them since I was little, and it would get me into trouble sometimes. But usually, well, when you're a kid, it'll
Nova in trouble?
Well, when you're a kid,
It's kind of an overwhelming need to find or accomplish something. These feelings that you're getting, and you can describe, Nova can describe this as much as she would like, but it's literally a feeling of pulling you somewhere. And it's like, I don't know if anybody's ever experienced like restless leg syndrome or anything along those natures, where it just you feel like you have to move like constantly, and like the only thing to do is move, and that's the only thing that relieves it, but it comes back almost immediately. And that's why you traveled so much, was because you'd get there and it would go away, it'd be a little bit of a relief, but then you'd get, oh god, I have to go somewhere else again, like I need to go, I need to find something, and you just never knew what you were trying to find.
Yeah, I think she'd mostly explain that. Because even Nova herself doesn't understand it, she just trusts it. Because it's gotten her here. Although I do understand why you would think that the pulling of the cards... clever.
I feel a little bit not clever, but
I think
thanks
it's really
for clearing.
I think it's really cute that you thought that. It's really clever.
Let's go talk to this. It's not even noon. Continue to eat my jam on toast.
It's clever in the same way a baby is clever when they point at a cat and call it a dog.
Oh! It's so close!
They're understanding that it is an animal that is four-legged, and they're making their own I'm just kidding, I'm just giving you shit, I'm sorry. You know I love
it's so cute though, because like that's like
King.
I love it, it's a pun.
Yeah.
It's a pun and I love it so much. You get pulls, not from your deck of cards? I love it. Just chef's kiss. So good.
Okay.
I love Ace.
So, moving on. You guys can pack up your things and be as dressed or not dressed as you would like, sir. And head downstairs, where you were told to meet Blossom the next day, yesterday, in that conference room behind that desk. That kind of acts as like a front desk at like a hotel, basically. The following day, Valera told you that Blossom might have a few more better insights regarding her brother, because kids don't always tell their moms everything. So, sitting in this room is a halfling woman. She looks like she's pretty young, probably 19, 20-ish. Or at least she looks 19, 20-ish. Halflings can live quite a long time. She's wearing kind of a pink dress she's got kind of a cardigan over it to keep warm, because the days are kind of starting to be cooler, and she's got blonde hair that's very curly that comes kind of down to her shoulders. She's sitting at the desk, kind of leaning back, drumming her fingers on the table. But she smiles when you guys enter.
Hi, are you Blossom?
I am Blossom. I was told to meet you here. My mother told me that you had some questions. You must be Sir Nova and Tallice?
I like your dress.
Thank you. What is Tallice wearing today?
I mean, like, honestly, if we're vibing on, like, this farm, we're going with the most outrageous outfit, which would probably be the Lolita dress, because it's the least practical for being on a farm.
Okay, so then she does respond, I like your dress too.
Thanks.
So, I hear you want to know about my brother.
Yes.
Yeah,
What can I do for you? What sort of questions do you have?
Well, I mean, we heard that he'd kind of gone missing, but it seemed like your mom didn't know much other than that he hangs out with other halflings at a place called the Hole in the Wall.
Yeah, it's a bar that he goes to quite frequently.
I mean, was he, I guess before he vanished, was he, like, talking about like any people that he knew? Was he like getting into like any kind of like business arrangements? Like any kind of did he seem strange before he left?
Honestly, yes. My brother's always been a very strange person, just in general. He keeps to himself quite frequently. It definitely doesn't hang around the family as much as he did when we were kids. But that's always been kind of how he's been. But he has been staying away from home quite more frequently than he has in the past. Staying up very late at night, not getting a lot of sleep. Things of that nature.
Was he closer with your mom or your dad, or did he like have a bad relationship with either of them?
Honestly, it's kind of a bad relationship of his own creation. He was closer with my mother when we were younger. My father's kind of a...
Yeah.
Everyone in the room.
But as we've grown, he has distanced himself from everyone of his own accord and getting into some trouble, which has created that sort of distance between him and my parents because they're trying to keep him on track, and he has not been he hasn't wanted any part of that.
Does he only ever go to this hole in the wall alone? Does he have any friends there that he meets up with, perhaps?
I've never gone with him, unfortunately, so I don't know if there are any friends there of his choice. I've tried because my brother and I used to be quite close as well, but he did not want me to come. But I assume if he keeps going back, he's probably not going there for the drink, going by the name.
Fair.
So there's probably someone there that's drawing his attention.
Alright. Well, it seems like we may be having to go to the hole in the wall to ask more questions, no matter how this goes.
Well, if you think he was being kept there by somebody, was it the kind of situation where he was sweet on someone and was like happily like infatuated, or was it like he owed someone like money and was maybe making like the wrong kinds of friends?
He always seemed cheerful enough to go. So he might have been acting, but I've never known my brother to be a very good actor in the first place. He's the worst liar on the planet, which I'm assuming is why he's gone, because he doesn't want anybody to know what he's doing, and that's the easiest part. He hasn't acted like he didn't want to go ever, so I would guess that there's probably not someone who's trying to get something from him.
What do you think he'd have to offer that people might want from him?
She laughs, honestly. I don't know, honestly, nothing. He's kind of... I know that sounds extremely insulting, and I do not mean this to be insulting in any kind of way, but my brother's kind of a deadbeat. He doesn't like to work. He hasn't had a job. He doesn't help around the resort. He doesn't help in the farms. He's always kind of done his own thing and borrows a lot of money from my parents and does God knows what with it. I love my brother. He used to be one of my best friends, but he's not exactly the most responsible man on the planet.
I was going to ask if he still had access to the family funds or if he had been cut off in some sense.
He definitely still has access to the family funds. My mother, bless her heart, is kind of easy to get money from. She coddles him a bit.
Was he... is he like older than you? Was he the one who was supposed to like inherit the farm?
He is younger than me, actually. He's I'd say probably about a decade. Time goes by quite a bit for halflings, as you know. He's about 10 years younger than me.
When he came back from the hole in the wall, did he ever look particularly disheveled, like maybe he'd been roughed up a bit, or did it just look like drinking, or what?
It could have been drinking or lack of sleep, but like as I said, he was kind of behaving strangely in the past few days. He was not sleeping, so he had that whole disheveled, bags under the eyes sort of appearance, which is what was beginning to become concerning, because that's not like him. He is one to enjoy his sleep. And then he just was gone.
Was he? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just. It was more of a Dylan question. Do we know what ward the hole in the wall is?
The hole in the wall.
It sounds like a dock ward, right?
Yeah, it is a dock ward bar.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
sir,
So-
you would know it, at least by name.
Okay. Okay.
So if he was kind of like mooching off of your parents a lot, was he like outright fighting with them, or was it more just like resentment boiling under the surface kind of thing?
There were no outright like screaming matches or anything. I know my father has been trying to get my mother to stop giving him money because he believes that money has been feeding everything that he's been doing, whatever he's been doing. But it was definitely more kind of a resentment boiling underneath the surface. There has been fighting in the past just because of the kind of person that he has grown to become, but not in recent time has there been much. I don't know if that's more of my parents have given up and not just giving in, or if things have been okay.
I mean, do you think he went missing willingly?
It's possible, given how he has been behaving.
That would mean giving up the kind of like freeloader lifestyle, though. And if it's
It would.
happy about
So there would need to be something very enticing to get him to do that. But it's entirely possible, I think, given the sort of rocky relationship he's had with my parents in the past.
Okay. I mean, it definitely sounds like we might need to go ask around the hole in the wall.
Do you... All right, Blossom. For you, honestly, if he really like is just like doesn't want to come back, do you think your parents would be upset? Like, do you think that they can be?
Of course.
Because it sounds like he kind of. This sounds a little familiar to me in some ways. It's similar but different to like. And I mean, I was happy to be gone kind of situation, and
Ass cheeks. Everyone froze. Give me a second stream. Hello?
You.
Hello?
Where are you? Hello?
Hi.
There you are! You all froze for me!
Okay.
We were just
Okay,
pranking you.
None of us were. You weren't frozen, and none of us were. Discord's on something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I was happy to leave my parents, but it took finding the right people to know when it was time to leave. Do you think would your parents be able to be reasoned with about letting him go?
My mother maybe more than my father. I think eventually my father could be picked away at. I mean, if he wants to leave, I mean, that's his prerogative. He is an adult. He's just living here like I am. I think that it would probably be easier for my mother and father to allow that.
If they knew he was safe.
Exactly. And if they knew what he was doing, and if they knew that there was still a chance that they could see him or talk to him, I don't think they'll be okay with just a immediate cutoff. But
Right.
I mean, he is a grown man. He's allowed to do that, whether or not my mother and father agree to it. But right now, we have no idea. We just want to know if he's safe or not.
And he hasn't.
Do you think he could be reasoned with? Oh, sorry,
Dasha?
no. Kristy, what was your question?
Oh, I was just gonna ask if he sent any letters or left a note or
No.
anything to indicate that he is okay.
Nothing. At least nothing that we've found.
Is there anything from his life that you think could persuade him to return, or what maybe the best path to reason with him might be? Like, would he be more willing to listen to someone from a show of force, or is he going to be more open to like an emotional appeal?
I think my brother's far more emotional than he lets on. He likes to put on the whole I don't need anyone or anything, I'm going to do my own thing sort of facade. But he's far more emotional than I think he lets on. Based on just he's my brother and I know him very well. At least I used to, I thought. He's definitely not going to respond to a show of force. I think that's the one thing that's going to keep him away is if he's forced to come back.
Yep,
but
I get that.
I mean, I could try and speak with my father. I think he's going to be the biggest obstacle in him coming home. Because he's very controlling. He doesn't allow a lot in our home that Dasha finds comforting and fun. So,
What does he find comforting and fun?
Drinking, bringing his friends by, things like that.
Yeah.
Well, one more question, Blossom. Is there anything that you want us to tell him that he knows that it's definitely coming from you? Something that we wouldn't know unless we talk to you.
Oh, that's so good. You could tell him that you know what is buried beneath the willow tree in our backyard.
Okay.
It is a cat that my parents think ran away, but he accidentally killed. We don't talk about it. My parents don't know.
Okay, well, we'll use that as a last resort, maybe.
Yes. I hope that illustrates a bit the kind of person that he is.
Okay.
Not that he goes around killing cats, he's just very reckless.
Yes.
We'll try our
Cat
best.
killer, I apologize.
Okay. Thank you.
At least tell him too that I would like to see him, even if he wants to keep my parents out of it. He's my brother.
Of course.
Okay.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, of course. I'm always here around helping. I mostly work in the resort. I'm not much for physical labor, but I'm around if you have any other questions.
Do you think it might be possible? Do you think there might be anything in this room that might give us more of a lead than the hole in the wall and him being a bit of a party boy?
I could show you his room. You could look if you'd like.
We won't
I'm
disturb
not sure.
anything. We'll leave it, but we just maybe a quick look.
Yeah, of course. I don't expect you to disturb anything, and if you need to disturb things, go for, I mean, it's all yours. I trust you. My mother's hired you more than once. That says something for her.
Okay.
Are you two all right with that?
I'm okay with that. We'll be gentle.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
Okay. And she will stand up. She leads you out of the resort, more towards the farm, where the family has their own home. The home is actually a lot more modest than I think you guys might expect from a family with the amount of money that the Snow Beetles have. It's a sizable house, but it's more just kind of cottage-like than mansion-like. It's kind of homey. It's doesn't immediately lend to thinking a very wealthy family lives here. But she leads you into the home, which has kind of a very light, airy farmhouse decor kind of thing going on. There's like doors that are made of old barn wood, things like that. It's very white. There's lots of plants around. And she leads you upstairs. Everything is halfling sized.
Oh.
So sir, you're a little squishy.
Bilbo Baggins!
Oh no!
Oh no!
We went there.
The ceilings are at least normal height, but the furniture is definitely halfling sized. The
Okay.
counters are halfling height. The stairs are a little more narrow than maybe you'd see in other buildings. But this is a halfling home, so it is a bit sized down. Brings you upstairs and down the hall to the room that is directly on the left, and into what she tells you is Dasher's room. She says, I can wait downstairs if you have any other questions, while you take a peek.
Yeah, it's up to you. We shouldn't be too long.
Okay.
I will. As cheeks!
Thanks.
There we are.
There we are. That was faster this time.
That was super. I just heard a disembodied voice.
That was just me yelling ass cheeks into the void.
The room is very clean.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna start ritually casting Detect Magic just in case just like a cursory, just in case.
Okay. You can kind of take a seat and spend 10 minutes or so doing that. So the room is very clean. Based on the description you have of this person, you may not it probably doesn't normally keep very much of a clean room. So the fact that the room is spotless, like no dust, someone has probably come through here and kept it clean and kept it managed in his absence. The room itself is probably at most like 15 by 15 feet. There's a bed in the upper left corner, next to which is a nightstand that has a drawer and an opening underneath for like books, upon which there are. On the right-hand wall, there is an armoire, and a desk next to it. The desk itself, it's just like a writing desk. It's mostly a table with chairs. It doesn't have drawers or anything like that. And then next to the desk is like a wooden version of a filing cabinet, basically. It's just like a little cabinet that has drawers that in which things can be kept. Like the bed's made, everything's dusted.
Can I check like the bed and the night table for like secrets?
I was gonna
compartments,
say, the first thing I was doing was under the bed.
Yeah, like under the bed, is there like a little note that's like, I'm doing crime? like tucked under the slats?
Why don't you both either roll an investigation check, or one of you can roll with advantage?
I think I'll give Sir advantage because I think he might have better than me.
Oh.
I've got a +1.
So do I, but I'll take the advantage. I'm doing it
What
on
was the roll?
D&D Beyond.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. You haven't rolled yet.
With advantage, it's an 18.
Okay. Good roll. So the two of you begin to look in the nightstand, underneath the mattress, underneath the bed, beginning to try and find things. And in the books?
Yeah, because that's where the porn was hidden last time.
To try and find things that immediately point to what Emmett is doing, or where he has been, the people he has been interacting with. The nightstand does not pose anything. There is a few just books that he can read, mostly like mystery novels, things like that. On the shelf underneath, where there are a few more books, there's history books, what appears to be kind of like textbooks, things about there's a book that is about plants and the different kinds of things plants can do. There's a book that's basically Faerunian history, specifically about the Sword Coast. One that's pretty common and you've seen on most shelves. It's basically a coffee table book that most people have. But they appear to be like, huh?
Is it by Volo?
Yeah. It's actually called Vola's Guide to the Sword Ghost.
Nice.
Which is an actual book for D&D. But they appear to be mostly textbooks. History of magic, the history of Faerun, different, like an herbalism book, basically. There's bestiary, things like that appear to be textbooks. Underneath the bed, there is a chest which you guys can pull out and open. It just has some shoes in it. Underneath the mattress, you're not finding too much. Where is it is in the actual items he has in his room. In those places that you're looking, there is nothing that appears directly to point to anything. However, sir, with your 18, you looking around, there is something that just kind of catches your eye as you're moving through the room. On the desk.
Okay.
When you go to his desk, there is nothing on it other than there's a stack of parchment, there's like ink wells, there's quills and pens, things like that, just like office supplies that aren't like really, they look like they haven't been touched, honestly. But it does appear that he has used this desk because he's done the thing that kids do in like high school where they like carve like things into their desk. So there's just like his name, a little drawing of like just like a skull, just like little doodles.
Is there a
But
dick?
one of sure.
Sure.
Cool S. Did he do the cool S?
Yeah, but the
cool
6
S.
lines
Yeah.
and the connecting one. Yeah.
Okay, but yeah.
But one of them doesn't really appear to fit in with these like teenage desk carving doodles. There's a carving that he has done in his desk that is the shape of an arrowhead. And it's very clearly an arrowhead. It's not just like that like rounded triangular shape. There is detail done in it that looks like an arrowhead. There has been more time spent on this desk carving than any of his other little doodles.
So Sir is kind of like he's brushing his fingers over it, kind of like feel over the carving, and he's, hey, both of you, come look at this.
I pull myself out from like under the bed and I'll skip over. What's that?
Oh. It looks like perhaps he fancied himself a little bit of a teenage artist, but this one definitely has a little bit more effort put into it and sort of strange subject matter.
Do you think we should like take a little etching of it, like and like try to like in a notebook so that we have it, and like maybe we go to the hole in the wall and there's one carved, and you put your head inside of the hole in the wall, and there's a carving like this, and then you climb through, and then you have to like fight someone.
God, I love her.
There was some things in there that I agreed with.
Some of those, yes, maybe.
So what I was thinking about, what I was gonna do is like with some of the ink on the desk and like my journal, basically do like a pressing over it since it's a carving, so that I can get like a stamp of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so it's literally just like a detailed arrowhead.
Yeah, it's like an arrowhead, and then there's like a little like a lion on one side and some shading on the other to give it a little bit of definition. And you put some effort into it.
It's not bad.
Nova, I will say with your detect magic, there's nothing that's coming up.
Okay.
I do agree. I think maybe if we go to the hole in the wall and we look for this carving somewhere, that could be something. It's standing out to me because he's put so much effort into it, like he really wanted to commit it to memory.
Could I make a history check? If I
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
come across this baby? I don't know. 17?
There are no known groups, deities, anything like that that really stand out to you as having an arrowhead as their symbol.
Okay.
It symbolizes things, but he does not strike you kind of as the type of person with what you've been told to like really deal in like having symbols and things like that mean things to him. So I would say no in this case.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hmm.
It's weird. It's definitely a start, something to look for.
Mhm.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more precise than just halflings at the hole in the wall.
So what do we think was happening? Because at first I was thinking a little bit similar to you, Tallice. Maybe, he'd found someone that he was kind of fancying a bit. Maybe meeting there at the hole in the wall, getting money to buy them gifts. Maybe someone that Mom and Dad wouldn't approve. I also thought maybe he was getting into some problem. I don't know. I mean, the Dark Ward, you can get anything in the Dark Ward. Could have been feeding some sort of bad habit, and he needed someone there for that.
Like, obviously, I'm not involved in any kind of criminal organization, so I don't know what you're talking about with that. But if I were like a halfling, I literally just like escaped the Underdark with a bunch of other Drow refugees, and we were just kind of hiding in the carnival. But if I were a halfling whose parents were like really, really bossy and didn't like what was happening, I might like, I don't know, I might like go try to make my own money, but I also might like go squander my money gambling and then like get kidnapped.
That's true. I mean, it could be a gamble. Back when I first started working in the Dark Ward, I got really into gambling because that's what most of those sailors like to do. They get their pay from being out on whatever journey that they've been on. They either spend it on booze or they try and gamble it away to make more.
Yeah,
So
maybe
that's possible.
Maybe he got in a little bit of trouble with like Xanathar or like Zentaran people or some other, I don't even, like, just some bad people. If we have to go into the sewers again, like,
I mean, Drago, I get it. I know. That's why I need to wash my armor. Drago did say that the Zentarum does target young folk.
Impressionable. Yeah.
Exactly.
yeah, I mean, it sounds like Dasher might be the kind of guy who'd be like thinking that he was really cool, like joining this group, and then
this
get his
isn't
shit wrecked.
connected to either the groups that we know of, right? Like, this is a completely
The
new
symbol?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah, no. But it could be, I don't know, it could be like a password into a back room. It could be anything. I think we need to go to...
It could be a group that's passing through Waterdeep, and he just got word of it.
That's also
Yeah,
true.
he might not even be in the city anymore.
Right.
I think that we need to go check out the hole in the wall and see what this symbol
What are your thoughts if,
can get us.
after we're done at the hole in the wall and he's not there, what about trying what we did with Lady Yala with the paper?
We could try it, yeah. You're able to keep up with them, which is why that's been working so well.
Well, let's start there. And if we are at another dead end, maybe try the paper as a last resort.
Well, before we do that, sir, do you want to go to the Fyland Meadery, or do you need a little bit of a break from all that? We're out here, so it's close, but if yesterday was a lot, it's okay.
It's not that I don't want to. Don't get me wrong about that. I don't want to have too many plates spinning at once for lovely DM, but also just in general.
DM?
I think... no, I just... If we're going to go there, whether we learn something or not, like, I don't want to be also thinking about how this kid might be getting involved with some bad people.
Right.
As far as I know, Elizabeth is dead. That's not going to change in the next day.
Yeah. Maybe we go back to the city and try to figure out more. I mean, so I don't really have much from Bramble yet, but maybe we'll figure something out about these cultists eventually, and it'll just give us a little bit more information so that whenever we do go to the meadery, we're more prepared.
That's
Maybe
the other
we need to
thing.
bring Rainy to the. The cards say we're
Rainy is the best. I feel like we haven't seen him in an age. It's been like 2 days, but it feels like forever.
I just mean that my cards are telling us things for a reason, especially when they do that. So maybe getting help for the bigger things. Not that this kid isn't important, but you're more important to me.
Yeah.
Come on, don't do that.
So I think maybe going forward we should have Rainy as backup.
You know, Nova, how can you say that Sir is more important to you when you wouldn't even go take a bath with him?
That's different!
Anyway. Yes, I trust Reyna. If it wasn't for Reyna, we wouldn't have been able to get into the mansion in the first place.
Right.
And I wouldn't have been able to learn as much as I know now.
Right.
So he is probably just as much invested in it. Yeah. No, you're right, as always.
Okay.
We will ask Reyna for help.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of telling people what's going on, but I feel like your cards are kind of right about like the before a holiday, shit's gonna pop off fireball like thing, and
it is a holiday today.
Yeah.
We should keep
we
our eyes and ears open and be extra careful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we should check in on the Three of Cups and then maybe just go to the Dark Ward and then find Rainy.
Okay.
Okay.
I told him 6 o'clock.
That should be enough time.
Okay. Then let's get our boots on the ground. Let's go.
We go back to Waterdeep.
Yeah, we will bid adieu to Blossom and head back.
When you begin to head downstairs, you can hear her kind of mumbling as you kind of come into that main room that's like, just hold on, what the hell are you? What the? And as you kind of come into the living room, there is a paper bird smacking up against the window. And she's over at it trying to open it.
Is it
Is it detective?
I
think so.
Or it could be Rainy because we wrote him this morning.
Or it's Yella and she got our other messaging. Like, what's our riddle?
Open the window!
Oh no!
Let it in!
But she manages to get the window open at least a crack, and it just zooms through and heads straight towards you, and then falls on the ground. That's yours apparently, then.
Sorry.
Yes.
It's okay. It was just tapping up against the window, and it was not an actual bird, so I was just confused.
It's our pet. It was Tiberius.
Okay.
What is
it? It is a letter from Raynor. He says, "Good timing. I was actually looking for you earlier. I will instead just wait for you at my place. It will be good to see you. Signed R."
Wow, he said it would be good to see me. Sorry, sir. It's over for you now.
What did it say?
Wow, he just said that he was looking for me and he can't wait to see me and I'm so beautiful. Wow. This is what it feels like to be loved. I'm very familiar with it because everyone loves me. I'm an idol, but...
And you're so
This is what it feels like to be loved, but I'm very familiar with it.
Can't believe I'm gonna have to add Rainy to the list of people, my endless list of admirers. To beat them away with a stick.
So, Rainy wants to see us tonight.
We're going to be going to town. Yes, he wants to see us tonight.
Okay, yeah, okay, let's go to town.
Yeah. Bye, Blossom.
Okay.
Thank
Busy
you.
day, busy day.
We're gonna leave. So that room, you guys can give it to anyone else now. We're good.
Okay. Are you sure we can? You gave us quite a bit of money for a few days. We can keep it for you for a few more days.
Maybe just keep it just in case for
Alright,
another.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
we like we wanna do
I
that.
didn't even get to try all the oils. Look how lustrous my hair is today.
I will keep the room under your name for the duration of what you paid for, which I believe was 3 days, if your DM remembers correctly. If you come back and buy more days, that's fine. If not, we'll figure it out from there.
Okie dokie.
But you guys can begin to walk through the undercliff of Waterdeep. You come like through the dirt road that leads up through the orchard to the main road that's out here in the undercliff. It's that sign that's like pointing to Ahmed's Farm, Snow Beetle Meadery Orchard. The other name of that orchard that I can't remember, the
Island.
yeah, well there's one for Fyland, but then also one for the rival orchard as well.
I don't remember that either.
The Stout Fellow Farm. That's what it is. But you pass the signs that are pointing in the direction of those. You can make your way up the main road and up and around to the northern part of Waterdeep through the God, I keep losing words.
Field ward.
The field ward into the northern ward of Waterdeep. Immediately coming through the gates, you can hear the activity. You can smell all the food. It's very clear that High Harvest Tide is underway. Even in the North Ward, there are just stands everywhere of people selling different kinds of pastries, different meat pies, selling fruit, spiced nuts, things like that. As you're moving through the city, there's like a stand on every corner, and then the marketplace is just full of people who are coming through and making things too. All of the restaurants have their doors propped open. People can come in and they can take samples, or you can come in and everybody's kind of got like basically like a lunch menu. It's just a smaller menu that they're using for Harvestside if it's like a restaurant or anything like that. The city's popping.
Chel, question. If I were to pull
Sure.
another card, is it still the 9 of Wands?
If you pull another card, it is not the 9 of Wands. It is, however, a different card.
Ugh! Is it a card I choose, or is it a card you choose?
It's a card I choose.
Oh no!
Oh no!
The
Is it the
DM
card?
has taken the card deck.
I took control.
Oh no! Oh no! Because okay.
It is.
Listen, as long as it's not the tower, we're good.
No.
The Wheel of Fortune.
Oh.
Upright.
Oh, I love Wheel of Fortune.
Shut up.
I do! I watch it all the time! It's Meredith's game!
Are you 87?
Okay. For stream's sake, it represents good luck, karma, life cycles, destiny, a turning point.
Oh, no, I'm not ready for plot! It's happening now! It's all like, here, you gotta persevere. And now it's like, it's coming! Here it comes!
I will say, Nova, with this card being pulled, and with these cards just being pulled in general, not the last, like the big one where you guys were like, oh, we're all gonna die.
We're all gonna die.
Last two cards, you've been getting, I will say it is a similar feeling to your pulls.
Oh no.
But it is not, I need to go somewhere else. It's, I need to stay here.
Okay. That's unusual. Okay.
You have this sense of It's difficult. Actually, I will say, why don't you roll me an insight check that I know you're gonna pass, but let's just do it.
Do you want me to do straight without the advantage? Do you want me to? Okay.
Yeah. Let's do a straight insight check.
She might roll a 2 and get like a 19.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I mean, I rolled not good. So that's 15.
Okay.
I rolled not good.
It's not good. It's not good for you, but it's not good. It is a confusing feeling. You've never felt a feeling that is like stay here, because everything has always been pushing you somewhere else, and you haven't really been able to figure it out. So you've just been kind of playing a lot of guesswork. Your cards have also never really had a mind of their own before.
Mm-hmm.
And it's you're confused by this, clearly. You are kind of struggling with this feeling that there might be something else influencing your cards, but not in a bad way. Something that is guiding you.
It's just
kind of like your poles, but a bit more powerful, harder to understand, almost as if there's a presence with you. You could even say, like, when you get to your cards, there's almost something that is guiding you to pull a card.
Ah. Okay.
So kind of another presence. But it's hard to make that tangible. It's something that is not something you've ever felt before.
Okay. She would tell the party about the Wheel of Fortune. She would not tell the party about what she's feeling, because she's very confused.
That's okay.
And she's trying to work through it while she's awake.
That is totally fair. With Nova's confusion, I think that's a good time to take a break. To reflect and maybe pee. So
Definitely
we will
pee.
be back in a bit. I'm not going to promise 5 to 7 minutes because we're really bad at that, but we'll be back soon.
BRB fam. heck?
Oh, I'm still down here. Welcome back to Waterdeep Heist Resurfaced, where we're terrible at coming back in 5 to 7 minutes. I'm just gonna be down here for a little while.
I mean, I think that was like almost like about 7.
I think it was more close to like 10 or 12, but
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
anyway. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
My cat's yelling. I hope you can't hear her.
I hear nothing.
Good. All right. So Nova, you've got your card. Oh, honey. So you inform the group of your reading.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything anybody would like to do with that, or are you just gonna keep going?
I mean, like I said, we need to be just, be careful.
I feel like
it's gonna happen.
I feel like it's a sign that us going to hang out with Rainy is like a good thing. Maybe like we should just take our breadstick and just be like, fuck you, breadstick. No, we shouldn't do that. I like the breadstick and I want to know what its secrets it holds. But
Are we going to the hole in the wall first, or did you want to check up on the 3 of Cups first?
I think we should check on the bar first.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think that's closer anyway, yeah.
You are walking through the north ward, so it's kind of just a quick jaunt to the left.
Are
of
there
it.
drains running right now, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're all decorated though. They've all got like garlands on them and like red and like orange
Aw.
leaves.
Oh my god, I wonder if that horse that talks has like a cute little leaf in her hair instead of a purple flower. Ooh.
Are we gonna get a dray to
I feel like we can
Fair.
walk because we're already like basically in the North Ward, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so
As
we'll walk
We have to
through.
walk through the field where there's no drays.
Yeah.
We'll take a
So you
drink
can
with us.
walk over into the alley where your tavern is. Remind me, what time did you tell them to open?
We said open for dinner, so it would probably be 5 or 6 o'clock, right?
About 5.
Probably, yeah, like 5.
Okay. So there's not too much going on your street because you are the only establishment that serves food in the alley.
Hmm.
So right now your employees are just kind of prepping for dinner.
Are all of them there?
Yeah. And that's usually how it goes is your runners, everybody will come and kind of help prep because there's usually a lot of like they'll prep like their veggies and cut everything first. They'll prep anything that they're serving for the evening, and there's a lot more to prep today, including like table settings if people want to come in and things like that. So yeah, everybody's there kind of getting ready.
We will greet them and find Istrid? I don't know, I just want to make sure she's good. Like, what is she doing?
If you want to look for Istrid or ask around about her, she arrived the evening before and has kept to her room mostly,
Mhm.
Okay.
which is the guest room I believe you gave her upstairs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, the place didn't burn down. You know what? When we go to meet with Rainy, we should bring him here for a nice High Harvest Tide dinner.
I do like the idea of that. I want to see inside of his house.
I'm
He's
sure
like
you'll
that
get
friend
to.
that always meets you outside the house, and he's you know.
I'm gonna give Sir a nice pat on his meaty bicep and say, "You just keep doing what you're doing, and I'm sure you'll see what's inside soon."
Anyway, not in front of the employees,
None
Tallice.
of my friends.
Right in front of my salad?
Not in front of my salad!
Okay, so it hasn't burned down here. Did you want to talk to our guest?
I mean, she hasn't really come out. Maybe I'll just write her a note about dinner. Like, we're having dinner, we're opening for dinner at 5 if you want any Harvest Tide food. What? I don't know. Am I supposed to talk to her?
No, I was just asking. I'm turning into an Irishman. No,
Paris?
on Paris. Paris. We've checked in. I just wanted to make sure. I mean, it looks like everything's fine. So
Yeah. We've got
There's
a
nothing
couple
else.
hours.
you want to pick up a couple extra outfits? Did you bring all of your wardrobe with you to the place?
I could bring another one. I feel like we need to put together like theme costumes. Like we need like dirty sailor outfits, but like glamorous dirty sailors. And then I feel like we should have like hot gang member outfits. Well, I already have my pantsuit, so I can already do that all the time. But I feel like you guys need that because, like, honestly, like the armor's cool and all, and you should definitely wear it. But like, you need something on top of it to like just really set the mood. And Nova's always wearing fishnets every time.
I'm sorry. You want me to wear like a giant shirt over my armor?
Yeah.
It's gonna look lumpy.
Well, all right. Well, then maybe you just do whatever. But I want Nova to be dressed up in like a sailor outfit, and then like maybe like a farmer outfit. You know, whatever that would look like.
Okay.
We'll worry about it later. I have all the outfits I need. It's fine.
Are we gonna go to the hole in the wall?
Yeah.
I just wanted to know if there was. So okay. Just wanted to make sure that everything was fine here. I will check my room just to see if it looks like things have been gone through.
Roll a perception check.
Rolled a 15, so 13.
I mean, it looks relatively okay. You don't remember where you put things well enough to be able to determine if they've been moved,
That's fair.
but you think it looks pretty fine.
Do I maybe possibly have some leftover driftwood here that I could carve later?
Yeah,
I'll,
sure.
I'll grab some of that in case I want to carve a breadstick later.
Okay.
While he's doing that, Nova hasn't really been paying attention to the conversation.
Okay.
So she completely missed the jabs about her fishnets. I heard them.
Okay.
She did not. She's
Fair
going
enough.
to do augury ritual.
Okay.
If we should go to the hole in the wall.
Okay. So that is your very specific question. Should we go to the hole in the wall?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Your answer, after taking the time to use your cards to kind of sift through, is wheel and woe. Both good and bad results.
It's gonna be tough.
That's in character. Okay. I don't know what to do.
Could I come back down and see her?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
So he like goes as if he's gonna walk past you, but like his arm hooks like around like your shoulders, and he like leans in down over by your cards. What you doing? What you pulling for?
I was just asking if we should go to the hole in the wall, and I'm getting both good and bad results.
Okay. I mean, good and bad things happen all the time.
Yeah.
Are you nervous? Do you think that we shouldn't go?
know. I'm very confused.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. Look, he puts his hand on the cards that you've laid out, and kind of gives you a look of like, can I put the deck back together?
She'll allow it.
Okay.
She hesitates, but like, okay.
The cards that you splayed out, so he drags his hand across it so that they gather up, but he's also kind of moving them aside a bit. I understand your relationship with your cards is very intimate, and they have not been wrong. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't actually listen to your cards. I listen to you. So, what does Nova think is the right thing to do? Is something good happening worth bad happening?
Is it weird that I want Rainy to come with us there too?
You've been mentioning Rayna a lot.
Or even if it's not Rainy, just someone else. A lot of my cards are pointing to help, or even if it's not spiritual, maybe physical.
Okay. Then let's go get Rayna.
Well, we told him 6 p.m.
And
I don't want to be...
It wouldn't be us if we didn't just randomly change the plan at the last minute.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know, I'm just... These cards keep saying that we need to trust destiny or whatever, but at least have people that support us, and he's the most constant person I can think of that's been supporting us.
Okay. Then you're right.
Okay.
Kind of, he's like, I really don't like it when you look like you don't know what to do, and he kind of pokes your nose.
I also don't like it when I don't know what to do.
And that's when I tell you what to do. Let's go get Rayna.
Okay.
He is trying to get you to sit up.
I stand up and gather my cards.
Okay.
Just rereading the Wheel of Fortune, and I'm just like, ugh!
Okay. Alright. Is there anything else that you guys would like to do before you depart for Raynar's, apparently?
Dre!
Changing it up. We'll just Dre to Rayna's. I think that's it.
Okay. Copper from each of you, please.
A Drainar, you could say.
If you will.
A Drainar? Did you just say a Drainar?
He has it's like the Batmobile, but it's Raynar's family Dre. The Dre.
That's dangerously close to a race on World of Warcraft.
The Dre.
A Drainar just carrying us.
Just randomly in D&D. Okay.
So weird.
You can get on your festively decorated dray and head towards the Sea Ward, which is where Raynar's estate is. The Never Ember. I almost could only think of Neverwinter. That was the only thing that was coming to my brain.
It is really funny that you have Never Ember and
Neverwinter.
It is indeed. It is a mouthful. But you can head to the Never Ember estate. It is something that Raynar was awarded just because of his dad, basically. After his dad dipped and went to Neverwinter. It is a corner estate, giving it quite a large yard, quite a large grounds, which look like a lot of the nobles who live in the North Ward and in the Sea Ward have very manicured lawns with like trimmed hedges. And Raynar looks like he has let the grounds of his estate do their own thing.
Oh, does he
So-
support like meadows instead of lawns?
Yeah,
Fuck
yeah, basically, yeah.
Local flora and fauna.
Yeah, basically. So there's tall grass and like different wildflowers that have sprouted up. It's a bit grayer now because just to the changing seasons, it's becoming to be more autumn than it is summer.
Ass cheeks. Everyone froze. Ass cheeks. Ass cheeks. Give me a second stream.
It's just her.
There it is. There you
Hello.
are.
Alright.
Thank you.
All right. But yeah, it doesn't look like he's had anybody that really tends to it and manicures it in the way that is expected for someone of his stature in society. There are iron-wrought gates out front of the estate, but they are kept open, or at least right now they are. So you can just stroll up the cobblestone pathway that leads to the front door.
Oh, I miss
Damn.
Raynar really a lot, you guys. Who's gonna knock? Should we all knock at the same time? Should we all knock in rhythm? Do, all at the same time. Ready?
Sure.
Ready?
Okay.
Ready?
One.
Yeah,
1, 2. Go! When I say 3, go on 3. Don't go after 3. Go on 3. All right.
Okay.
Do.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Do.
That was awful.
Syncing up via webcam is fun.
No, but so what Raynar hears is
Yeah. Oh, hold on.
Pepper?
I just ate an entire peppercorn and it just did the thing.
your hubris.
Yeah. But there's a beat while you're waiting for someone to answer the door, and then actually a woman answers the door.
The same lady as the one time when we had a picnic in his yard, and she was like, "He's not here," and then he showed up and was like, "Actually, I am."
It is actually the same woman.
Wow.
And she opens the door and she starts with a "Welcome to the Never Ember Estate," and then stops because Raynar in socks is like doing the tippy toe run and kind of slides through like the main atrium and like slides in his socks and is like, "No, I've got it. It's okay." Yeah, basically.
Wow.
Except he has pants on.
Aww.
But yeah, he does like the tippy toe run that you do when you're trying not to slide on like marble floors in your socks. And she stops, nods, and then goes off to do her own work again. But he's standing at the door. Hello.
I hug him. I want to give him a hug.
Okay, all right, and he will hug you. I wasn't expecting you all until later. What's going on?
Do you like breadsticks, Raynar?
I do. In fact, they're delicious.
You like jazz.
Especially with a little garlic butter on top and maybe a little Parmesan cheese.
Yeah. Well,
This
We
is
got
why we couldn't wait.
yeah, we got a breadstick. It's your family recipe breadstick, Raynar. And I'm gonna try to. I don't know if it's gonna be.
Subtly, like.
Raynar is smart, but he also says himbo rights, so I'm gonna roll.
He also has himbo rights. Mood.
Third Raynar, just too himbo.
Launchpad McQuack.
I have a lot of dice. Just hold on. There we go. Okay. I have my DM dice, but it's like 4 sets. Okay. My family recipe, my father never made breadsticks.
Oh yeah, he made breadsticks, Raynar. We gotta show you this breadstick.
You knew my father.
No, but we know it's breadstick.
We know the recipe.
Is that a euphemism that I'm not getting? Why are you talking? Don't talk about my father that way, please.
Recipe that made the. I mean, we must have done the recipe wrong right now because it is hard as a rock.
Yeah, it's like a real stony piece of bread here. But you know what? I still think it might be worth a lot of money.
God
damn it!
Telepathically!
Have you used any like baking powder to leaven the dough?
Telepathically! Rainy, we found the stone.
There's a.
I'm like, because I'm guessing that they went in to hug. Did you both hug him?
I would have hugged him after, yeah.
So I'm more so leaning on the door frame, like.
He rolled a 4 both times I rolled 4.
Oh, buddy. Himbo writes,
man. We like them dumb.
So many boys with can we stop? We like them dumb.
And we like them dumb. And we like them dumb.
And we like them dumb.
Yes. Okay. So there's a moment of recognition. He like points at Sir, like kind of. Do you want to come in then, or do you want to go somewhere else?
Ooh.
My.
He's
like dancing in the doorway.
Do you have a secure area where no one can learn the secret recipe?
I suppose we could go to my office, or we could go to the backyard and I could just kick everyone out, or... I mean, there's a few places. Yeah, come on in.
Okay, let's go to your office then.
Probably but what if the tiny...
Is it
the
like
tiny invisible
like a shoes off house?
Yeah, I mean, you want to take your shoes off, you can take your shoes off. He doesn't make you, but...
Well, I just want to.
But he doesn't have shoes on, he's just in his socks.
I will unlace my giant combat boots.
I'm deciding that he is a shoes off house. I will take off my boots.
And he's just wearing like a pair of like they're not leather pants like adventuring pants, but just like linen pants that kind of come to a taper at the bottom. He's got socks on and just like a plain t-shirt that's got like a v-neck. He's looking really casual.
Looking.
We love a casual king.
But he will wait for you all to file in, and then he'll close the door behind you. He waits patiently while you all take off your shoes.
You guys, we have our NPC baby back.
It's been a while.
Baby.
And then he will go and he will lead you, and because you're in the kind of like an atrium that's got like a big staircase that leads up, like it's really wide at the bottom and comes to a taper at the top with like a mezzanine that goes around, and you can see like doorways up there. He pads up those stairs quickly, like on the balls of his feet or his toes, and he leads you up and down the hallway and kind of around a corner, through a pair of large oak double doors. In the room, it looks like it used to be one of those really like poncy sort of like the office you saw in your dream, sir. Like just very like hard, dark woods, greens and dark blues, because the walls are still like dark blue with like the paneling at the bottom. But he has replaced the desk. He's just got kind of a writing desk in there, but there's all kinds of things. Looks like he collects like different weapons of different kinds and from different time periods. He's got like things that are pre-spell plague even.
Oh.
He looks like he's a collector of weapons that he's got displayed mostly, and then he's only got a writing desk. And then a lot of the room is open, and he's got a lot of windows. And there's kind of in one corner where he's got a few bookshelves, there's like a few really big, poofy, like armchairs. He goes behind his desk, grabs his desk chair, and drags it over because there's only 3 armchairs there. He drags his desk chair over to where the armchairs are, and he flips it and sits on it so that the chair is backwards.
That is so bisexual. Like, that is fully gay.
He's got his arms like resting on it and his chin on his hands.
Also
Can I,
in armchair.
flail around to feel for invisible tiny men? And just go around and try
I
to
will-
He stops and he leans up. He's like, "What are you doing? Is that
There
some sort of
might-
dance?"
There might be invisible tiny men in here.
Invisible tiny men.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose that's something that everyone should watch out for, is invisible tiny men.
I'll steal your keys.
Indeed.
So, listen, like, we found your dad's breadsticks, and they're really delicious. And like, they're so good that we were worried that like everyone in the city might want them, because like there were these like spiky purple guys that were trying to get the breadsticks. So we were like, no, and so we have it. And like, yeah.
There was just a moment of recognition where he goes, "Oh, those tiny men."
So yeah. And like some crazy stuff happened, but you know, like we love breadsticks. We're dedicated to our carbs, so we got it. But now it's like the breadstick is like starting to like speak in our minds, and like know stuff about people.
It's alarming when bread has sentience.
I'm just gonna cast detect magic just to make sure there's no invisible things.
There are no invisible things, but it looks like some of the weapons are magical.
Okay. I think we're secure for the moment. If you want to show them.
I'll look at Tallice.
All right, for like literally 5 seconds, then I'm putting it back, and I reach into the bag of holding, and I think Stone of Galore, and then I'm pretty sure that means that it'll apparate like into my hand, and then I'm gonna show
It basically
to
like
him.
you search through the bag and you're like, "I want the Stone of Galore," and then eventually your hand will touch it and you can pull it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it out and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, you fucker," and then I'm gonna show it to him.
He'll take it from you and look at it. He's like touching the eyes. But as it comes out of the bag, sir, you hear, "Ah!" I don't like being in there.
It's for your own safety.
I'm a rock.
It's for all safety.
That sounds more like it. Who is this man? And as Raynar's like looking over the stone.
I'll say out loud, Es Reyna Never Ember.
Oh. Okay. That's a
What-
name I know quite well.
I mean, yeah, that's Raynar. What are you?
It's talking
I
to
like
you.
Oh, is it? Hey, man, shut the fuck up. Unless you're gonna tell us what we want to know, you need to shut your mouth. We're in charge here.
Oh.
You're no sea god. You're a
Oh.
fucking rock.
All it asked was who this was. That's fine.
Put him back. Put him back. Put him back. Raynar, put him.
He
put
looks
him
much
back.
more like his mother than his father.
Oh, his mother. Raynar, put him back.
All right, and he hands it to you.
I put him away.
Okay. Sir, you hear no, but as you put it in the bag.
Wait a minute. It would have to have known what his mom looked like.
Yeah, but it knows everything about everyone's like life.
It knows my thought. It knows my thoughts because I'm attuned to it.
Oh shit!
So,
then that means that he was embezzling. Like, how old is Raynar? Raynar's like 30, right?
Yeah.
Late
It
20s,
might-
early 30s.
It might have. I mean, if Raynar's father ever attuned to it, then it would have his father's memory.
Yeah.
But then it would have recognized. Well, it said it can't see in the same way that I will think about this in my head.
Yeah, that's breadsticks. Talking breadsticks.
Breadsticks. All right. You've been quite busy since we last talked.
Very busy.
Nova, do you want to I feel like you can explain why we're here.
Okay, so telepathically, I will let him know that this stone is attuned to Ace, and it's talking to him. And it's telling us that we need 3 keys, but we're not ready for it yet. Apparently.
And it's an authority on whether you're ready or not?
Apparently, destiny is dictating that.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But the real reason I wanted to come early is we have a couple things we need to do today. And my cards have been acting up and suggesting that we might need support. And you're the most constant pillar of support for us, so I wanted to ask you sooner rather than later.
It's for me to accompany you.
Uh-huh.
I'm telling you, all you have to do is ask.
Okay.
I don't have anything going on today. It's High Harvestide.
Well, the first thing we need to check on is... Well, I forget the halfling's name. Nova didn't, Kristy did.
Dasher. He has such a stereotypical teenage boy name.
Yeah, we're looking for him, and I think we have to go to the hole in the wall in the dock ward, but I'm getting mixed signals from my cards about whether that's good or bad. And the second thing is following Ace's history.
Okay.
We need to go to the other meadery that Kristy can't remember the name of.
Phylon meadery.
Phylon.
I can send
Phylon?
that in the chat.
Thank you. And we think that holds big clues to Ace's gaps in memory. But that one
Well,
seems
I've been
more
there for
dangerous.
other... Fair enough. I've been there for other... This is tough, reading the word.
Business?
Other things involved with Ace's history, basically, is what he's trying to say. I've been there for other...
Investigations? Inquiries?
Yeah. So I'd be more than happy to accompany you. All you had to do was ask, darling.
So that's the sum of it.
Chin on his hands, he smiles at Sursu. Just like a beaming kind of smile. Squinty eyes.
But yeah. It's kind of a combo of all three on why we're here early.
Alright. Is this a armor donned or armor doffed sort of
Armor on!
situation? Alright then. And he stands up.
Just with your history of the dock ward.
And also the cards. I don't know, just...
Also, if you just want to do it in front of us, we won't mind. I mean, it's fine. What?
But he stands up, takes that chair, and he's just like lazy arm, like dragging it back behind his desk. And he spins it on one leg to put it back. And there's kind of a pile in the corner that he goes over to. So while he's talking to, he's grabbing like leather armor and he's like pulling the breast piece over and pulling the belt buckles tight and tying the.
I'll come help him put it on.
Okay.
I always have trouble. They don't help me put my armor on, and it takes forever.
Yeah, you've got to angle it weird, like
Yeah.
under your as you like lace it up and buckle it up on your side. Yeah.
Oh.
You
I
don't...
mean, my armor
So
is
he'll like hold his arms up.
Mm.
You know, I just got like the studded leather like built into all of my stuff. I lift up my skirt and it's just like studded leather pants. Like it's just in there.
It's just in there.
She thinks that I can wear clothes over this and not look like
It would be
weird.
rather lumpy, wouldn't it?
That's exactly what I said.
Great minds think alike.
We'll get you like a nice tight crop top that like ties in the front. Yeah.
But he's grabbing other pieces of the leather armor. He's got like he had the chest piece on. He's putting like the bodice belt on. Then he's pulling tight in the front, putting on the greaves.
Raynar.
Turns to you as he's like pulling the laces tight on his bracers. Yeah.
Is there? Do you know anyone else who like really loves breadsticks, but is like a genuine breadstick lover and not just like in it for like, you know? Because we don't want people that just like breadsticks for like the parmesan on top. We want someone who likes breadsticks for like the greater good. You know? Do you like? We're basically like.
We're looking for the real cob crusaders.
We're looking for that. You know, because like there's a lot of people that want this breadstick, and they're willing apparently to do a lot of weird stuff for it, including stuff with Asmodeus. So,
that's a. He's like stops pulling it. I'm sorry, there's something underneath that cough though. What was that? He holds his arm out to Sir to tie the lace for him.
You know,
I telepathically message him Asmodeus.
And I pull the knot tight.
Yeah, there's like
Oh no, not like in a painful way, just like to make sure it's secure.
Do it to
I don't want to hurt him.
Shibari Master, sir.
He's grabbing a shirt from the pile that's like a button-up shirt that's like long sleeved that he can wear over the armor, and he's buttoning it up. Oh wow, you guys have been very busy. I'm sorry, I'm at a loss for words. That you found, huh? And he sits down at the desk.
Yeah, well, like there was that book.
I will telepathically tell him the abridged version of the book, the cult members.
He was with us for the book, but everything after he
but
wasn't.
after that, the leading up to the clerics that we dealt with.
And it was in this family too. Oh no!
Yeah,
wasn't it? No, it was in the other.
No, it was in the Castle
Lanterns.
Castle Lanterns.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. Good. Whew.
That would have been awkward.
They're supposed to be catering their kids' birth.
Hey, we just broke into your family. Yep.
No, we don't. No, we didn't do that. It's okay.
No.
God. Wow, that's very dangerous. To have people like that in the city. Do you have any other information about them, where they might meet or anything? This should be.
We do.
Well,
I wouldn't even know how to begin tackling something like that.
we have someone looking.
Yeah, we have an investigator looking into the cult for us.
You hired an investigator. That's good.
Yeah, been
Using resources. That's good.
Yeah.
Should have been young earlier.
On our street.
I mean, the thing is, it seems like the people that are involved with this right now are high up, and we don't know how many. We don't know who is involved, but it's people that have a lot of influence and a lot of power.
Sometimes I'm all right. God, some people really should not be in positions of power, should they?
Yeah. But since this is all connected to the breadstick and it's your family's recipe, I feel like it's kind of our responsibility to kind of keep you in the loop.
At the very least, yeah, we'd appreciate being kept in the loop, but I'm also here to help.
Of course.
You don't have to be doing this alone.
Yeah, the cards don't want us to do it alone, so yes, please?
Yeah, and I mean, if you know anyone else, like, I mean, can Temperance? Do you think Temperance likes breadsticks, or is she gonna go and tell everyone about the breadsticks?
Tempe, doesn't she have obligations to the city?
That would be the only concern that I have. Being the apprentice of the Black Staff herself,
Yeah.
I believe Temperance kind of has a duty at the very least to inform the Black Staff of anything that involves potential cults to Asmodeus.
Mm.
If we really didn't have any leads on anyone who could help, I know some people, but they might want to help themselves to some breadstick. And I don't know how much. They might want to take the whole breadstick. They're very good at what they do, but...
What group are you talking about?
You mean Davil?
Who are they?
It's not really a group, it's just some people that I know. It's nothing to worry about. They don't know anything right now.
Okay. Have you told Davil about finding this?
No, he was arrested, I'm pretty sure, like, before that all happened. He did...
Arrested?
Oh, yeah, he's incarcerated breaking rocks on a farm!
I think they're...
What did they manage to get him on if he's an
No.
arbitrary?
No. It was after those guards showed up at the... Yeah, he's just being questioned from, like, everything that happened at that villa that we were at.
They're questioning all the Zents right now and gathering anyone that's remotely associated. And
Yeah, I don't see what they could possibly get from him because from what I've heard, in fact, I think you told me this, he's clean on paper.
He is very clean on paper. They know he's involved with the Zentarum, but he's very clean on paper, which is why they haven't been able to get to him for anything, which is why I was alarmed when you said he was incarcerated.
I mean, Davil's useful. He has his uses, but I keep him in the dark too. I'm not that...
I was going to say, just be very careful informing him you found this, because he's also someone who might want some or all of the breadstick.
Yeah, I'm not telling.
You're the only one that we've told for multiple reasons. One, because it felt wrong to not tell you. It is connected to you after all.
Unfortunately, yes.
Unfortunately. And also because I don't think you care. In the same way that the others do about it.
No, I don't.
And I don't fully care in the same way that they do either.
If what's in that vault is what people say is in that vault, I absolutely do not care because my father got that money from here, from the city of Waterdeep. He stole it from its people, so I don't want any parts of it.
Do you think, like maybe some musicians might be able to help with the breadstick, like in a way?
I could see. I guarantee that at least the conductor would want to know information about what's happening. I can't guarantee that he won't want any of the breadsticks, though. He's kind of a wild card when it comes to those things. He's not super greedy in the way that Davil or other people might be, but I know he would see some use for that money. Breadsticks. Are we still doing this?
Breadstick.
We're trying to just get in the habit of doing it.
Fair enough.
But that's all. It's not something that we're all equipped to deal with at the moment anyway. We want to see what we can find out about Dasha and then the brewery, the meadery. You know,
I can.
That's what we can control.
I forgot my taps his chest. Fuck it. And he puts his pauldron. It's like a one-sided pauldron, so that he has free range of his sword wielding arm. Over the shirt that he's wearing instead of underneath it. Because you can still see his greaves and like his like shin protecting, but he covered up his like chest plate and stuff.
What steel is it going to be today? As I look at his displayed weapons.
I'm partial to a rapier. That's my favorite. Lightweight, but still sturdy. Puts his belt on, so it's got his sheath or sword. Not the word I was looking for, but it works.
Scabbard.
Thank you.
We got you.
Thank
All
you.
right. Well,
What?
yes.
There's something I can do for you, and I don't know if it'll help a lot, but maybe a little.
Do for me. What do I need?
Well, I can basically, like, I can make it so that your brain is kind of, like, covered up a little bit. Not, like, all the way, like, but, like, a little bit.
I could do that too.
You mean from the bread from?
I don't know if it'll work with the breadstick, but maybe, like, other people. I thought maybe it would help you since you're worried about Sophia.
Oh, I am worried about Sophia. Did you told them about Sophia, but did she didn't say what you? She'll. Right now.
Come here.
Tell me all about it.
Come here.
I like bend down, but I like bend down so that you can touch my head, but I'm still talking. It's like she is some sort of like crazy. She has powers similar to Nova, but like she touched me and I felt like she was like squeezing my heart. Really hurt. I've got like a big black spot on my chest from it.
That sounds like.
Ouch,
Give me
magic.
a second. I'll remember it in a second. Give me a second. Inflict wounds. That sounds like inflict wounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely inflicted a wound upon me. That is a very well named spell.
That's it. That it is. It's very well named.
However, she didn't kill me because of some of my magic.
Look at
So,
you.
Getting better. I'll show you sometime. But I'm gonna say, because I fully understand what they mean about how, like, when they do it too much and they get really fucking tired. I get that now. So I'm not gonna show it to you now. But later.
I don't have any magic I can show you, but I would very much like to see it sometime.
You have your own magic about you that you show us every time we meet you.
I take Sir's horns and I shake them and then I slap him in between his eyes. And I cast on him.
Did you have to...
There's a moment where Rainer's like, "Hey!"
Stop telling me what to do with my himbo. I weave a cloud veil over the mind of one creature I can touch for the duration. His mind can't be read or detected. He can't be telepathically communicated with unless he allows it, and he has advantage on saving throws against any effect that would determine whether he's telling the truth.
Cool.
Yeah.
8 hours.
Look at
right?
you.
If we can like take like an hour for me to just like vibe, then I'll be ready to go.
We could go down
right
to the
now.
kitchen. I could get you some, like a cheese platter or something.
Raynor, I made you a sandwich that one time. Will you make us sandwiches? I can
Of
get
course, darling. I would be more than happy to get you some lunch.
Here, I'll give you mayonnaise.
How long?
Mayonnaise.
How long does this spell last?
8 hours.
8 hours.
Oh,
Is it
it's like an all
concentration?
day thing.
No.
Or is it a?
It's
Okay, cool.
it's Thought Shield. It's the same one I have. It's the psychic
Oh,
one.
cool. Okay. Cool.
Damn, you're protecting me from all the thoughts out there? Girl.
Thoughts protecting thoughts from thoughts.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna chill for now.
Yeah. I'm trying to make camera off for just a second, but it'll get funky. He does take you down to down those stairs to his kitchen, and he will begin to cook you guys a lunch. It's kind of a snacky lunch, like charcuterie kinda. Just lots of like little like meats and cheeses and crackers and like clotted creams and stuff.
Fancy.
Yeah. And he does it in his armor because he already put his armor on.
Clang, 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 clang. Clang, clang, clang.
He's got leather armor.
Oh, I thought he was in... I forgot he's like a
No.
rogue or something.
At some point during the meal, I did want to ask if he happens to have a piano somewhere in his manor. Does he have a music room?
He does, actually.
Mentally noted.
So we're just gonna like vibe for like an hour and like eat lunch so that I can get my spell slot back? Because I only have 2 still.
Yeah,
so
I'm.
fine.
Part of me is wondering if one of us should let Raynar attune to one of our earrings so that he can be
Take
in.
mine.
Because you can tell telepathically anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking that might be useful, just because either
Just for temporary
Yeah.
until we're done dealing what we're going to be dealing with.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because if we're chilling for an hour, that would give him time to do it.
Yeah, he can attune to that.
So I will hand
Where
him
does he
my-
wear it in his ear? Is he like a lobe or a cartilage guy? Does he have it on like the
Cartilage.
Mine's also cartilage.
Cartilage.
Hey!
Is it like his tragus? Like
He actually has a couple of ear cuffs
Oh,
that he's
that
wearing
was-
on his ears.
Hell yeah, Rainy.
am I the only one that is? Sir, the only one that does lobe?
I think
Sir,
so.
Yeah.
Sir's is a little dangly.
Yeah, mine's up.
from a lobe.
Yeah, cartilage.
I also have
But
one
yeah,
on my
sir, he
lip.
does tell you he's got a room, instruments left over from when his dad had the estate, but he's got a piano, he's got a couple wind instruments, bunch of string instruments like violins, violas, that kind of thing. He's like, there's kind of an instrument collection, but they are playable.
And they're left over from your dad.
Yeah.
Speaking of music, I
was-
forgot the music for the
'Cause
second half.
I
That's
was-
okay.
I was hoping to actually get a piano moved into the Three of Cups. I know. Would I maybe be able to buy it off of you? And have it moved over there? Do you
You
care?
can just have it if you want. You don't have to buy it off me.
Well, that feels. I will trade you for it. I will write something to play on it.
Trade your
Or-
love.
You write music.
I do not, but I do know how to play, so I will try.
Okay.
Trade him a
It's a
kiss.
deal.
Okay.
Give him a nice hug in exchange.
No, I'm trading him the song.
Trade him your body. What?
Is Tallice actually saying this? I know she probably would.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course
Okay.
you would.
I just wanted to make sure. It's one of those do you say that out loud moments as a D&D. Yeah, as a DM.
You know, sorry, eating all these breadsticks got a frog in my throat. Wow, you know, what a great lunch hour we've had.
He's just smiling at you. Tallice just kind of he's sat at there's like a big island you guys are sitting at in this kitchen, and it's a very large and elaborate kitchen. It's huge. It's meant for people cooking for large groups of people and for entertaining. So you're sitting at this big island, and he's sitting on one side because he was cooking, and the three of you are on the other side. So he sits down, and he's just chin in hands,
I just
looking at
go
Tallice.
staring at him.
Sir's like tapping on the table with his fingers because he's like trying to imagine the keys. He's already trying to think of something.
Wow. All right.
What?
You're so oblivious. Let's go. It's been an hour. I'm ready.
Okay. I was taking my blanket off my lap and all the static made my earbuds shock my ears like 3 times and that really hurt.
I hate when that happens.
But yeah. Let's do this.
Hole in the wall.
Hole in the wall.
You take one hole, put it in a wall.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys can head.
Drake.
Okay. copper from each of you, then, please. Actually, I lied. Raynar's with you. He's paying. He always does.
Daddy!
Oh, Raynar.
That Dabble gave the dray driver a gold.
Yeah.
Like a full gold coin.
Well, because he like drove us like all over the place. I think that's why.
No, he literally drove us from our house to those people's manor that was like 2 blocks away from us, and he gave the dray driver gold.
He probably thought it was fake and like threw it away. Anyway.
Okay. So you head to the hole in the wall, which I believe I said was in the trade ward.
Dockward?
Being
Dockward.
Dockward, thank you. Being dropped outside of this tavern. It is pretty disheveled. Looks like the outside hasn't really been taken care of in quite a long time. The wood has kind of got rot from just the sea air being in near the harbor, where generally buildings will be updated. This one has not been in quite some time. And Raynar's kind of giving it a look over. Well, it really fits the name, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Most of the Dockward taverns tend to be a little bit on the nose.
Show him the drawing.
I mean, the kid that we're looking for, Dasher, he carved this into his desk. This sort of arrowhead.
Arrowhead, yeah.
Well,
Doesn't match anything that I know in dealings that I've had. But that doesn't mean that it isn't for anything.
yeah, we're gonna see if maybe we find it anywhere in here, because this is where he's been going off to before he disappeared.
So, before we go in, then I guess it's good to establish: are we going in and acting as patrons, or are we going in and asking questions?
I mean, I can try to like make the bartender like friendly with me, but there's always a chance that fails.
I say that we don't go in just sort of asking questions. I used to remember when every now and then guards would come into Ark's place and they start to ask questions and people just straight up ignored them. It's not really cooperative down here, so I think we should go for patrons.
Sorry.
Whoa there, Bob.
I unlocked it and it was on a video.
But yeah, that's what I think.
All right. All right then. And he's had his hair down. He pulls it back into a ponytail before going in, like a messy ponytail.
He's on sicko mode now.
Oh, he on X Games mode. Okay.
Yeah, I can't make
See.
myself look like a halfling. They're too short. But yeah, if you guys want me to like make people friendly, just let me know. We go in.
Okay. Heading in. It is an establishment that, while not primarily catering to, there are other people of other races. It appears to primarily cater to halflings. There are humans here, there are elves here, there are half-elves here, half-orcs here, but mostly, I'd say 75% of the clientele currently in this building are halflings.
Okay.
It is a 2-story bar. There are a few doors on either side of the bottom floor where you are, leading to different areas. And then there's a door behind the bar leading to kind of a kitchen. There are tables. Tables are normal sized, so you're not too out of the way if you're sitting down, there's not a size discrepancy if you sit down at any of the tables. And there's a person behind the bar of a halfling descent who is making drinks, and there are a few runners that are around. It The inside matches the outside. There's kind of the smell of wood rot here. All of the wood has kind of discolored to more of a gray color, but there's no decoration. It's just tables and a wood building. It's not anything special, other than the sign on the outside. So you guys can go in. What are you doing?
Acting a little drunk.
Okay.
I'm gonna go straight to the bar.
Okay. Raynar will find a table with you, Tallice, and Nova if you are joining him. Sir, heading straight to the bar. Bartender sets down a flagon of ale in front of somebody, and you are the only other patron currently who is coming up and acting like they need anything, so his attention is at you. He is an older halfling man, grayed, a bit leathered. He's got kind of gray hair that's kind of curly, and he's got an apron on that looks like he's been wearing it for like 3 weeks straight.
Okay. Does he give a general Dockward vibe of like maybe in his younger time maybe he sailed? Does he have any like sailor's tattoos like Ike? Okay.
Yeah, he's got the 2 birds here because he's wearing kind of a tank top. He's got the 2 birds here on his chest. And he's got the typical like sailor tattoos. He's got like a ship's wheel, things like that.
Okay. So if he comes up, I will say in halfling because I can speak halfling.
Okay.
So I'll ask in halfling if I could just get a pint of ale for everyone, for me and my friends, just to get us started.
All right then. Yeah, I can get you that right now. There's a moment he looks up to greet you. You say that immediately, and his demeanor changes immediately. He was kind of just like, not mean, but just very neutral. Just didn't give a fuck. And then the moment you started speaking in halfling, he was like, "Oh, hello."
Yeah, I saw a video of a guy that would go through Chinatown. He would try to order in English, and then
I saw that too.
And I was like, they like it. They like it.
They love it when you learn their language. It makes them happy.
Yep. Okay, so yeah, just hoping to get. I don't know why when I'm halfling I want to be a different accent.
Maybe halfling you have to. It's the dialect.
It's the dialect accent. Yep.
I'm just hoping to get a couple little points for me and my friends here.
Just 3, 4. He's like counting.
4. 4,
all right,
please.
yeah.
Anything
else I can get you? As he's like boom, 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 flagons on the counter, pouring ale across it. It's spilling on the counter a little bit.
Not right now. I was actually recommended this place by a friend. First time in.
You were actually recommended a hole in the wall as the first time. I would like to know what motherfucker asked you to come in here, because that is not something that happens very often.
It was a little lad by the name of Dasher. He said he used to come here all the time. Oh yeah, do you know him?
I mean, it's a pretty common name among halflings, probably.
Yeah, it's a Dasher, snow beetle, something like that.
Oh, you're trying to tell me one of the snow beetles is coming in here? Oh no, I have not seen a snow beetle in here.
He recommended it to me, unless he's lying. I mean, he could have been.
I mean, look around, man. He's probably lying.
You're right. Well, thank you for the pints. Anyway.
Slides over the pints. Silver for him.
Aye. I'll give him a silver.
Okay.
And I'll bring the pints over to you guys.
Okay.
Bartender is not recognizing. It says Dasha is kind of a common name. And wait, hold on. Sorry, you probably didn't understand what I was saying.
Wow.
It says that Dash is sort of a common halfling name. And definitely was not throwing his last name around when he was over here. So that's a little bit of a loose end.
Man, like fucking, it's common or Elvish, and not everyone speaks Elvish. But in Elvish, I'll kind of casually say to Sir, should we look for the arrowhead, or I mean, I can slip out and no one has to see me if I don't want to.
I'll respond in Elvish. He's like, God, okay. Now I'm in Elvish. Now I'm in Elvish. There's a second floor. You could see if you could order a room, and then you have, maybe.
Yeah.
And then look around to see if it's carved anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Raynor's got both arms on the table. He's like holding the pint in his hands. He's being quiet, but he looks over at Nova, who's also being quiet, and just kind of just gives him like a "Are you okay?" kind of wordless question.
She kind of just shrugs because she doesn't know. He
just, that very warm smile that he has, that like very gentle, comforting, like intending to comfort smile. He just gives you a smile and nods.
Can I just do a general perception check to see if either anyone's watching or if someone looks like Dasher?
Sure. Go ahead.
That's true. It could just be chilling here. I don't know.
Yeah, you could literally just be vibing one table over.
What's my perception at now? Okay, so I rolled average, but it's a 17.
Okay. The bartender's looking at you all. He's stopped. There's nobody for him to serve currently. Just kind of standing there, absent-mindedly washing a glass, but he's watching your table.
And can I gauge his expression?
His expression has fallen back into that very neutral expression that Sir saw when he approached him, but you can roll an insight check to see.
We don't fit in.
I didn't need
the...
Yeah, okay. 26.
Jesus.
I rolled a 19 and an 18.
He's very interested. Very curious. Not necessarily in a negative way.
That's what I was looking for. Okay. So not in a negative way, but he's...
Right.
We've piqued his interest.
He's not mean mugging you, but he is definitely interested in you. You're not sure why, or if it has to do with just the fact that you're not halflings, if it's had to do with a conversation that he and Sir had, but he's definitely showing an interest in your table, especially noted by the fact that he is watching you.
So I'll kind of just message telepathically to Rainey that we're being watched. I don't think he's negative, but we've definitely piqued his curiosity, or at least Ace did. Maybe let the others know.
He idly scratches his ear and repeats to Sir and Tallice what Nova just said.
I have an idea, but it's like a little out there, and I don't know if it'll work.
I mean, what's the out there idea? I'm trying to genuinely just drink.
Yeah, I'm kind of just stretching, and we're drinking, and just kind of resting.
I'm shuffling my cards as a coping mechanism.
Okay. I will say to Sir and Raynor, alright, so the plan is I'm gonna pound this beer, and then I'm gonna bring one of you to the bar and ask for a room with a giant bed, and then one of us will go up there, and then whoever comes up there is gonna open the door and gesture for the second guy to go up there. But then while the door's open, I will slip out invisibly, and I will look around at the other doors, and then Nova will cause a scene when she sees this happening, and then distract everyone while I open up all the other doors invisibly.
I didn't hear any of this, so I'm so glad I didn't hear it.
I don't know.
Raynor, you can see Raynor's face slowly going from neutral to
just general insight checking Rainy the entire time, just oh no.
Yeah, you can see, but you can see Tallice with her hand on her ear, so you can know she's probably prattling something on, and you can see the general huh? Look on his face.
I was like, I know
so-
that look.
Tallice, I mean, that is a crazy idea in the way that, like, it's just crazy enough that if I could figure out what you just said, I'm sure it would work. I was the one other thing I wanted to try was maybe seeing if you try to order a drink called an arrowhead, if it kind of signals the barkeep or something.
I mean, should I do that as like me, or should I like leave to go pee and then come back as like a dwarf? Because I can like kind of be dwarf sized, like kinda.
I mean, why don't you just come up with me and then whisper to me because you can't speak halfling, and I'll ask him in halfling. Like you can't speak halfling.
All right. Yep.
Huh?
Let's finish our drinks first and just.
Pound the drink first though.
Yeah. Glug.
I'll go around for a clinky toast.
Clink, clink, clink.
Chug,
Was all of that being said over the earrings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Raynar will signal to no.
I would message Rainy. Is it fair? Oh, everyone, ass cheeks! Ass cheeks! My stream is being a bitch. Ass cheeks. Everyone's frozen.
Ass cheeks.
There we go.
Ass cheeks.
Hello.
I love that it comes back to ass cheeks. Makes me so happy. Is it fair to assume that Tallice is coming up with a crazy idea?
Yeah, I didn't actually follow any of it. She was speaking rather quickly, but I think now that that's been nixed and they're going to go up to the bar and they're going to order a drink by the name of an arrowhead to see if that triggers anything with the bartender.
Okay, while they do that, I'm just gonna pull another card because I'm self-conscious right now.
Okay. Okay.
You're fine.
Yeah, but
You guys going up to the bar?
We'll like vibe for a minute and we'll like be like chit-chatting and like getting like a little acting like a little tipsy, and then I want to like act like I'm like, oh my god, like I have a secret, and like try to get Sir to like, and then I'm just like kind of like pulling on him and like leading him up, and we skip up to the bar.
Okay, so yeah, I'll go up with you.
So in halfling to you, sir, he says, back for seconds then.
And I whisper,
Maybe.
I whisper in Sir's ear something fucking fake, but he knows what to do. And then I wink at the bartender.
I patter a bit, and I say in halfling, sorry, my friend is saying that she wanted to try and see if you make a drink here called an arrowhead.
Now would you hear a thing like that?
And I'll turn back into Elvish and be like, he's asking you, you know, where you heard of something like that.
I guess in Elvish I'll just respond that we didn't come up with a plan for after that.
Just say something. That
I heard it from some friends of mine, and that I heard that it was a really crazy time.
She heard it from some friends of hers. She's from like up in. And I look back and I like say just some gibber. I just say like some random word in Elvish that isn't something like. Am I pronouncing it right? She said that she heard from someone when she was coming to town that this is a place to go to ask for an arrowhead. I'm sorry.
Do all of you want a drink? Or is it just you two?
I say in Elvish, did the other two want an arrowhead?
I think they could handle it. I say back in Elvish.
She says that they all think that they could handle it, yeah. For all of us, please.
That's a bit unorthodox, but why don't you head upstairs?
Thank you.
Oh no!
I'll hang it up to you in a bit.
Holy God!
What are we walking into right now?
Okay, but Dylan feels kind of smart.
Dylan is smart.
Actually, you know, why don't you take an inspiration for that? That was very, very good thinking.
Okay.
That was very, very good thinking.
Cool. I will. Yeah, I'll tell you and Elvish. Get the others. We're gonna go upstairs to. They're gonna bring us an arrowhead, and then I will nod and I'll give him another silver.
Thank you.
I
Thank
will
you.
go and grab the other two by the hand and lead them up the stairs.
Did I pull a different card, or did I pull the card I pulled?
You pulled the card you pulled.
Okay. The card is telling me to remain calm.
Listen to your cards.
I pulled temperance.
Oh my god! Oh, I love it! Aw. She's watching over you.
Even when it feels stressful or frantic, remain calm.
I mean, aren't you the one that's holding the sending stone to Temperance right now?
I think so.
Yeah, so she's with you.
So do you all go straight upstairs?
I'm attempting to lead Sir Nova and Rainy up there.
Okay.
So the staircase is to the left of the bar. So you have to walk across the bar from where your table was. You go get everybody, walk back across the bar to the set of stairs that goes up. Upstairs, there is a door. On the door is carved that same arrowhead that you saw on Dasher's desk.
Okay.
What do you do? Do you open it? Do you knock? What are you doing?
I'm gonna look at.
Can I quickly do a perception check to see if I hear anything?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Remain calm, but also remain diligent. Cautious.
I mean, there's
Yeah.
there's four of us here, and it sounds like it's normally one person goes in, so we're okay.
It's like more than 20.
You do hear voices.
How many can I determine?
I would say not exactly, but you would guess at least half a dozen.
I telepathically tell that to whoever's at whoever's looking like they're opening the door. I quickly interject, being like, "There's at least maybe half a dozen people in there. So, are we sure we want to do this?"
That would I feel like that would have been me because I was leading the two of them up. And I will message back. I mean, I can go in alone and try to preface it with a lie. I'm very good at that. If you just wait out here for a second.
I will. Okay, I'm okay with this. Before you walk in, I will cast Thought Shield on you.
Okay.
So you're going in alone?
I feel like leading three people.
We wait outside if you need us. Maybe you go in by yourself.
Yeah, just keep messaging me every once in a while. And I'll go in.
Okay. All right.
It should have been Sir. He speaks Halfling. I go in. I did it.
Okay. So you open the door and you walk in. Do you immediately close the door behind you?
Yes.
Okay. So you walk in, and there's this moment where 6 different halflings all turn to look at you at the same time. Upstairs is not an area where there are rooms. This is not an establishment that has an inn. It is just a tavern. Upstairs, there is kind of a kitchenette, but there's mostly tables. When I say kitchenette, it's not a full kitchen. It's like counter with like a sink, maybe an enchanted icebox. You're not sure, but it's just a kitchenette. It's not a full kitchen. And a bunch of tables, like 4 or 5 tables around which there are chairs, and a few of them have pulled all the chairs together. It looks like they're playing a card game. They all turn to look at you.
Does anyone in this room look like they might be related to the Snow Beetle family? Like any family resemblance?
No.
Fuck.
There are 6 halflings. 3 of them are women, 3 of them are men. Varying in age, but the 2 of the women and 3 of the men appear to be a bit younger. Like early adult, like equivalent of like 25 to 30 years old. But one of the men speaks up and says, "Who the bloody hell are you? And how did you get up here?"
The bartender told me I could get an arrowhead up here.
Did he now?
Yeah. You ever heard of the Brigandareth?
Aye.
Well, we're interested in maybe making some connections with some different people.
What kind of connections?
People who know things, people who can get places that we can't.
Oh
fuck, I don't know what's happening.
Can get okay. You're starting to. I'm starting to catch on a little bit. So you're saying, get places that you can't. What kind of places?
Well,
it appears now that you're talking our language. Why don't you come and have a seat, darling?
I'd love to, and I'll sit down. I'm gonna do the thing that Reynard did and flip the chair really gay.
Okay.
Put it in the back. Right, well, we're pretty good with disguises, and there's a lot of places that we can get. But some places require a smaller touch. People who can squeeze into things that we just can't. And we want to further our reach here in the city, so this was kind of where I was directed to go to try to make that connection.
Directed by who?
My boss.
Your boss being?
Oh, I can't divulge that information to just anybody.
Then there's no business to be had, love. We never go into anything blind.
I'm about to do something real dumb! Well, at the very least, I'll let you know my name. I'm Tallice, and I'm a member of the Brigandareth. My boss...
And would you be the contact that we would be dealing with?
Yeah, I mean, my boss, I don't know if you've heard of him. His name is Jarlaxle Bainray. Pretty busy guy. But always looking to make new friends. But of course, someone of his stature can't really be... he's got a lot on his plate, and so he sends people like me to try to make these kinds of connections.
And did he tell you with whom he'd be making the connections, or did he just tell you to come here and ask for an arrowhead? And how would he even know to ask for arrowhead? Darling, there's a few things that are not... There are a few strings that are not coming together, if you know what I'm saying.
You have to understand, the man's very well connected, and ultimately it's up to me to make this connection or not. I guess you could think of it as a bit of a test, but I'm here willing to offer the services of our organization if yours can make the same sort of bargain.
All right, I'm willing to negotiate.
That's good to hear. So, we have reason to believe that there might be cultists of a rather uncouth variety here in the city. And we are wondering if perhaps your people could help us try to uncover just what is going on with the nobility of Waterdeep.
Do you have a particular family?
Not one in particular. One of them, in fact, has already been kind of discovered. The Growlhounds have been found to be worshipping some rather unsavory sorts. But we want to know how far the action goes.
One of the women speaks up. She's got a completely shaved head. I'm sorry, that's not what happened that's not what was reported in any of the papers or any of the...
Oh, I'm sorry, you believe what the broadsheets say? Are you an idiot?
I don't necessarily...
I'm sorry. If you work with a bunch of fools here, then that's fine. But I kind of thought, from what I had heard, that this organization could get into places and that they could uncover the truth. And just speaking as someone who was actually there and saw what happened at Growlin Villa, I figured you'd know a little bit better what actually happened there. Or was I wrong?
You've got quite a mouth on you.
I do, and that's why I'm sent to go take care of these jobs, because I know what I'm talking about.
I may know what you're talking about, but you know nothing about respect.
Respect is earned, not given.
You're coming to us for help, love.
Right, but I mean...
This is not a situation in which we are earning your respect. It is the other way around.
But just believing the broadsheets blindly, I mean, really, it took only a little bit of digging to find out the truth about that situation, is all I'm saying. And I think there's a lot more going on here with these families. And I think that if you're willing to do some digging, then we could perhaps repay you for that.
The guy that you were originally speaking with holds a hand up to the woman who you spoke to in that way. And she sits back and Charles, her fist is bawling. While this moment of him trying to calm her down is happening, you hear kind of a scratching in the wall.
What the... If these people are devil worshippers,
Like Tallice hears it, or we all hear it?
Tallice hears it.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Can I have been actively trying to perception check, listen to the conversation through the door, or is it soundproof?
It's not soundproof, but go ahead and roll me a retroactive perception check just to see how much you can catch.
Okay. Oh, well, that's a natural 19 plus 7.
Okay. So you can probably hear a majority of this conversation at the very least.
Okay, so...
I would say you probably don't hear that scratching, but you can hear the conversation.
Fine. Yeah. So I kind of give Ace and Rainy cliff notes, depending what I'm hearing. But I'm mostly focused on the listening, not really focused on the other two, on my two gay friends.
Okay. You turn around to the wall or at least just a glance to the wall where you hear the scratching. And it appears to you that these people also can hear that. And you turn and there's a small hole in the wall on the bottom.
Uh-huh.
From which a rat comes.
Okay.
That's a dread.
Is it just vibing?
And this rat turns to a halfling.
That's how they get into place.
Uh-huh. All right, I will see that.
And he brushes off his shirt and then goes, "Who the fuck is this?"
Now that is what I'm talking about. Trying to keep my composure. I don't know what's happening.
So Nova gave a little bit of a play-by-play.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Did she hear the Brigand Death part?
Mm-hmm.
I can. Would you have told me that she's dropping Brigand Death? Is that okay? Because I just want to go on the earring. Just be like, Tallice. They were getting real sweet on me when I actually pulled out the halfling. Do you want a second in there? Or do you have this?
I think I got it. I'll let you know if I'm not okay.
If you don't need to, just say that you have a partner that is here to help discuss. But you got it.
Mm-hmm.
So the one who held his hand up to get the woman to stop talking. Well, yes, that is what we specialize in.
And who is it exactly that I'm talking to right now?
My name is Oskin.
Mm-hmm. And what do you call yourselves, Oskin?
The Shard Shunners. But you would know that, wouldn't you? Being that you were told to come and speak with us.
I would. Just wanted to make sure I was dealing with the right people.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I mean, it's kind of hard to tell when you find out that a group of shape-shifting people are believing the broadsheets at face value, but I mean, I've got a partner here who can help me negotiate this if you want. He's not exactly what you'd expect from us, but he can speak your language, and I think you might understand him a bit better.
Is your partner going to actually discuss something, or is he going to sit here and insult us a bit more?
I mean, you can do whatever you want.
Because the more that you sit here and you talk about how stupid we are, the less and less I want to work with you.
Oh, I'm not calling you stupid, just that one. I know you're perfectly capable from what I've
She slams her hands on the table and stands up.
heard. I'm being a piece of shit. I'm just smirking at her. I've heard what I've heard, and I know you're capable.
All right. So what is it you want us to do? There's a price.
Of course there is. There's two things I want to know, but why don't I bring my partner up here, and we can all talk.
He kind of sits back and gestures.
In exchange, here's the first piece of information, and I'm going to pull out one of the amulets of Asmodeus, and I'm going to put it on the table.
He takes it and
You know
he looks at it.
You know what that is?
It's a symbol for Asmodeus.
Yeah, so you know I'm serious. I'll bring him up here now. And I will stand, and I will exit the room and gesture to stare down at the bar.
Okay. He'll get up. And I will go with you.
Okay.
I kind of look at I'm making like, after I gesture to Sir, I'm just looking at Nova like,
Who's pressed against the wall, like.
Okay. What do I need to know before I go in? In Elvish.
So surprise, I'm a member of a group called the Brigandairth, and I told them that we're trying to hire these people. They're called the Shard Shunners, and this guy in charge is named Oskin, and I told them that we're looking for information about devil worshippers and Asmodeus.
Did you mention Dasher at all?
Not yet, I'm getting there. We got
Okay.
It's a long game, man. It's a long game.
No, that's
The
fine.
longest
No, that's fine.
game.
Long game.
And who so I'm your partner, so I'm also with this Brigandairth.
Yeah, you're contracted by him. Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go.
Yep.
Okay, so we're going back in.
Chel is a mood right now.
This giant man. And I look at Nova and I'm like, I'm trying to give her a look of like, please talk to me.
You got this. We're right here. You're not
So-
alone.
Yeah, can you and Raynor just keep like an eye out for other stuff? These people literally transform into animals.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah, sir, by the way, they turn into animals. At least
Okay.
one of them did.
Okay, cool. Got it. Okay, so as we go in, I'm still talking to you in Elvish, and I'm like, you should have had me in here from the beginning. And then I turn to them. And
But
I'll
when you
switch-
walk in, you see
Yeah.
Oskin talking to that woman in a low tone. She's standing, he's sitting, and he's like, just sit down, just stop. To her as you guys come in. And she sits
She's
down in
ready
a
to
chair.
throw
She's
hands.
They're into it. They're
like
into it.
weirdly like stick straight, like sitting up stick straight, as you guys come in.
Okay.
And he
so I,
turns away from her and goes, "Holy hell!" as you walk in.
I will. So I will. I do like one of these, and I will say in Halfling, Hello, it's a pleasure to make all of your acquaintance. I apologize for my partner's earlier outbursts. She's a little bit of a spitfire. I was supposed to be here at the very beginning, but she insisted on coming in alone. That's all I'm halfling.
All right. Come sit down and talk.
Of course. Also, I'm the actual one that knows how to speak, so if you want to actually say anything about her while she can't hear, I'm all ears, actually. And I will come and take a seat.
You could maybe tell her to be careful not to rile up my friend here, because it might not be in her favor in a moment.
I'll switch to Elvish, and I'll be like, they're saying that you're being kind of a little bit of a bitch. So can we just be a little bit nicer to our business partners?
I'm not a bitch, I'm that bitch.
Yes, you are, honey.
I roll my eyes. I go. She works a little bit more closely with the boss and seems to think that makes her kind of hot shit. Anyway, where did she leave you off with? Did she give you sort of what we were looking for?
He slides the Asmodeus medallion your way.
Okay. Is Tallice sitting or are you standing?
I feel like I would kind of be like pacing behind, like lazily, like kind of kicking my legs out, pacing behind Sir, just because I don't understand what they're saying. So I'm just like looking around, like looking at like the people, just vibing.
The woman is watching you. Pace.
I wink at her.
Her eyes are following you. She blinks, and when she opens her eyes, they're a little bit beadier than they were before.
What the fuck are these people doing?
So I'm sure that she wanted to get right to what we want from you, but I understand a little bit more closely how things work. We're the strangers here. I want to know what we can do for you. Let's get that on the table instead. Is there anything that the Brigand Aerith can provide for the Shard runners?
Shunners.
Shunners. Okay, Shard Shunners. Sorry. I lose a little bit in the translation sometimes between Elvish with her halfling here. I apologize. Shard Shunners.
What sorts of connections would you, as members of the Brigand Aerith, have here in Waterdeep?
Well, this one over here has quite a few people already in the city. They're mostly laying low, keeping their ears to the ground. Mostly trying to see... It started off with what we could get into the city through the docks. Coming in off the ships, but they're looking to sort of make a foothold. There's, the Sea Maidens Fair.
Indeed.
Got a couple footholds in there, trying to get a little bit of an establishment in the city. Sorry, girl.
So Tallice, you're hearing halfling, and then suddenly Sea Maidens Fair, and then more halfling.
He looks over his shoulder and goes, "Sea Maidens Fair."
I just try to like keep my cool and nod as I die inside.
Oh, you're sitting here and you're asking us to keep an eye on demon worshippers. Perhaps you could keep an eye on a few people for us.
Who do you have your eyes on?
We've been working a bit with the Zenithar Guild. We are independent contractors ourselves, but they've been coming for us a bit, asking us to do a few things.
We've heard that they've been making moves.
But it's the Zenithar Guild. You can't trust them. So, we just want to make sure the people that we're working with are doing what they say they're doing, holding up their end of the bargain, so to speak. And maybe any old mother information that you can give me about them.
Do I hear the phrase Zenithar Guild in there?
Yeah. You probably hear Zenithar and then Halfling.
She might actually be able to. She might actually know someone that might be able to help her specifically. Do you mind if we switch this over to Common Tongue and I can invite her back to the table?
Gestures.
in Elvish. They're talking about they want to keep eyes on Xanathar's guild. And I look back and nod at him. Come back to the table. Let's see if we can actually make a deal. The rest we can do in common.
Okay, I will nod and I will sit down. Right.
The woman says, "Are you gonna stop running your mouth now?"
Anything for you, darling. If that's what you want, I'll stop.
I just look at Oskin, just like
Shrugs. Like women, basically, is what he's doing. Women.
so it's like, ew.
Yeah.
Drink your respect women juice, but yeah, sure, woman.
Yeah.
This, and I'm gonna gesture at the symbol of Asmodeus, whatever. This is like the next level stuff. This is me giving you something so that you know a little bit more about what's going on. This isn't even everything that we really want to know. We want something small to start with. But in exchange, I mean, if you said it was the Xanathar Guild, I'll kind of turn to Sir. Is that what they want to know about?
Yeah, they've been
Just
doing
want to keep
some...
tabs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you where one of their hideouts is right now.
Really?
Been there myself.
Told you she knew.
It was a bit of a hangout of a mind flayer that could make dogs out of brains. And I can explain to you where you should enter in the sewer and how to get there.
Having a knowledge of one of their hideouts would definitely be information that I would want. All right. We can start there.
Okay.
Well, first I need you to agree to something for me. If you want that, you have to give something back too. And I swear,
Alright.
it's very minor. Very minor.
All right.
We're looking for someone.
Who?
Dasher. Where is he?
Dasher Snow Beetle.
So you know
What
him.
do you want with? What do you want with Dasher?
We just want to know where he is so we can collect a nice little reward on him. Don't even
Alright.
have to just have
He
to know where he
pounds
is.
on the wall twice. Dasher!
Oh no!
And you hear that skittering, that scratching in the wall. And a rat comes through that hole and turns into a halfling that you recognize from the portraits you were shown. He's got his hair kind of shaved on both sides, kind of like mine, and he's got like a ponytail in the back. Wearing leather armor, he's got a dagger on each hip. What?
The man, the myth, the legend.
Mr.
Who are you?
Snowbeetle.
Can we
I
have a
don't
word
go
with
by
you?
the name anymore.
I'm going to tell your boss some choice information here, and in exchange, we're going to have a little bit of a talk. Nothing serious, but we just need to talk to you.
He looks at
He's not
Oskin, who just shrugs.
Austin, does that sound good to you?
Sounds just fine.
All right, here's the location of this base, and just keep in mind, the sewer pipes on the way there were filled with floating creatures with eyes who could shoot things out of them. Goblins, members of the Xanathar Guild, weird like slime, and I mean it was a sewer, so it was just disgusting. And like I said, a mind flayer that could make dogs out of brains. But here's how you get there, and this is the way that you'd follow to find the hideout. And I will do my best to draw the street intersection of where we went into the sewer to save Floon, and like the paths to get there, and I'll draw the little symbol with the 10 spokes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
And then I'll slide it over.
if by chance, and this is just more of a personal thing,
If you see a bloke that's got a whole shaved head and a bunch of those freaky eye tattoos, goes by the name of Krentz.
What do you want with Krentz?
Oh, you know him.
You know
do.
Kratz.
Yes, I know Krentz.
If you
References quite
happen,
frequently.
the next time that you get to talk to him, could you just say that Ace really would like to see him again? He's been being a little bit dodgy with me. Is that all right?
What are you gonna do with him?
Look, I may look like I'm a little bit of a bruiser, but really, I just like to talk to people. And he hasn't been wanting to talk to me. Okay? That's
I'll
all.
let him know. Dasher is really confused, like looking back and forth, like, what the fuck are these people?
We're level 4!
Oh, we can do anything! Gang war, gang!
Anyway,
After I pass him the map, I will turn to Oscar and say, so, the walls are cool and all, but we can't really climb in there. You got another room where we could talk to Dasher for just, like, 5-10 minutes?
This
Like
is it, love.
Is it?
You can take him outside if you want, I suppose, but this is all you got.
Yeah, we'll take him out for, like I said, 5-10 minutes. Won't touch a hair on his head.
He's all yours. And Dasher's like, what?
I have no say in this.
oh my god, calm down. Also, I would love to play around the cards with you if I ever get the spare time. It's been forever since I had a good game.
All right.
Stand up. All right, kid. Come
I
on.
will stand up and I'll wink at the halfling lady that was getting really mad at me, and then I kind of blow her a kiss behind my head.
Okay. You wink and you blow her a kiss.
The room explodes in fire.
Yeah, just boom. No, she stands up again. And as she stands up, her hands become clawed. Gray fur comes up over her entire body. Her mouth and her face kind of comes to a point with a snout, and ears begin to grow. And you're looking at a humanoid rat.
Oh, they're not druids.
They're were-reds.
She changes and begins to launch herself over the table. And as if this is something that happens all the time, the other 6 halflings that are here just stand up and swarm her all at once and grab her. And she's snarling, she's reaching. Yeah, she's snarling, she's reaching for you, she's chittering, she looks pissed, and she's being held back by her compatriots.
I try not to look
And
surprised.
Oskin doesn't move and goes, I told her.
Well, seems like we both got Spitfires. We won't.
You are not wrong there.
Mm-hmm.
He's still just sitting there, just as if nothing's happened, while this halfling-sized were-rat is just snarling away.
I switched to Elvish, and I'm like, you couldn't just walk away, huh? You had to get that
never.
Couldn't do it.
Never walk away.
And as you guys exit the room, Dasher in tow, we will end there for the evening.
Hey.
Hey, wait, Vic, give me a fucking high five. That was some good tense.
That was well done, you guys. I'm very
That was
impressed.
very good. I'm proud of you both.
Next episode is going to be Nova doing like the emotional thing that we can't fucking do and being like, please, your family loves you. Come back.
Vic, you can also, I'll say, take an inspiration for that. That was some really good on-the-spot thinking.
Yeah.
What a great way to like drop the Brigandare.
Yeah.
I almost did it when we were at Raynar's house, but then I was like, I can't do it. And then I was like, oh, I gotta do it. I have nothing.
I have nothing. All right. We will come back next week. An hour earlier than we normally start. We normally start at 7 Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. We'll be starting at 6 Central. So an hour earlier than normal, just to see how that works with the health stuff that I've been dealing with. Does anybody else have any closing remarks?
Don't forget to check out Little Dragon Corp. Use the coupon code PROBONUS to get 10% off of your order.
Remember to come
Wash
in.
your hands.
Yes, wash your
I don't
hands.
care what people are saying. Still, don't
Wash your hands.
don't stop.
Pandemic isn't
And
over.
stay at home.
Social
Just
distancing.
if you
Because I don't want to take online classes in the fall. Please stay at home.
God.
Also remember that
Can't do it.
tomorrow is not Mystic Hour. In place of Mystic Hour, an hour early, we have Star Wars Episode 2 for the RPG. It's gonna
So
be
is that
a lot of
at 4 o'clock your time, Christy?
4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m.
7
Eastern.
EST.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have many powers.
So
but
come
no
join us for that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a fun time.
Dylan, you want to take us out?
oh, like
Go for it,
okay,
man. Yeah.
gosh, okay. When you possibly incite a gang war between the Brigandareth and the Shard Shunners, please, on God, tell your friends and also make sure to add your proficiency bonus.
Hell yeah!
Oh God.
On God! Hell yeah! Get
On
that
God.
proficiency bonus. We love you. We will see you next week. Okay, love you. Bye!
Bye.